You are listening to Yankton High School Athletics on KYNT, Yankton's home team. This broadcast is brought to you in part by
Hy-Vee, Larry's Heating and Cooling, Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance, Ben's Brew Station, 1919 Root Beer, Fairfield Inn and Suites and the Holiday Inn Express in Yankton, Triple Time Rudy's, Roy Wilcox State Farm Insurance, South Dakota Office of the Attorney General, Vision Real Estate, Missouri River Associates, First Chiropractic Centers, First Dakota National Bank, the UPS Store, Conkling Distributing, SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, Avera, Mayor Signs, Vision Care Associates, Truxedo, MT and RC Smith Insurance, Olson's Pest Technicians, Parker Hannafin, Midwest Insurance Agency, Core Trust Bank, H&R Block of Yankton, Vantage Financial, Adam Walter, The Move Group, Hedro.
Now, we go live to the action.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Riverside Field in Yankton, South Dakota. It's a couple days late, but we have your season opener for Yankton Bucks baseball on the way. They were supposed to play Monday against Beersford. Weather decided we're not going to have that one happen. And weather also moved this one back to a 5 p.m. first pitch for Game 1. It was originally scheduled for 1 p.m. earlier this afternoon, but by hook or by crook, we're playing ball today, and we got Yankton Bucks baseball taking on the Pierre Governors here on KYNT and KYNTV. I am Brayden Butler, joined this season by Josh Boelter in the broadcast booth. And Josh, I think we got a pretty good rapport over the football season, and we're ready to go for some baseball.
Yeah, you know, we've done a game or two together before, so I think we'll be fine there. But, yeah, like you said, season got delayed a little bit, but these two teams will not be denied today. We're going to play some baseball here. Opening week for Major League Baseball, opening week for the Bucks as well, and I'm really looking forward to a couple good games here this afternoon.
The wind is going to play a factor. It's gusting at nearly 40 miles per hour last I checked. It has died down slightly as of right now. For those of you who are used to KYNTV baseball broadcasts and how we film them, right now we do not have the center field camera set up due to the wind for safety of our equipment. It's just even with our weights and tape, it was a little shaky up there, but it's supposed to die down by first pitch, and I'm hoping at some point that you will hear me sneak away from the broadcast in the pregame, and I can go set that up out in the outfield. But as of right now, the wind blowing in off the river, and that's going to play a factor today, as don't expect either of these teams to really have the long ball in their back pocket. A lot more small ball action today with how that wind is coming in.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays a factor today. Like you said, maybe expect a lot more, not necessarily power hits or things like that, deep shots or anything like that. But, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays. Hopefully it'll die down a little bit here. But I think no matter what happens, both these teams, like we said, are just excited to get out and get some action underway here in less than an hour.
We are live from your Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express broadcast booth. Get great rates and flexible reservation changes by calling either Hotel Direct. Once again, he's Josh Boelter. I'm Brayden Butler. Thank you for joining us today for Yankton Bucks baseball. Quick look at your matchup breakdown here. The Bucks coming off an impressive season, 23-6 last year. They did fall to Sioux Falls Jefferson in a close game in the state quarterfinals. Several returning starters for the Yankton Bucks this year: Sam Goki, Beck Reichen, Easton Fieser, Tate Bestie, and Gavin Johnson, chief among those, and a lot of guys who helped out rotational players last year who now will step into the forefront. But the biggest name coming back this year is last year's high school player of the season for the class, and that was Sam Goki. Very rare in my preseason talk with head coach Drew Lawrence. He mentions very rare that you can bring back the player of the year. Usually that is a senior-heavy award, Goki winning it last year as a junior. So that's going to be a crucial piece back for Yankton this year.
Yeah, talented ball player. I mean, hitting .440 last year and also had a 1.13 ERA. I mean, you talk about getting it done both with the bat and pitching as well. He's incredible, and looking forward to see him in action this afternoon. He's getting the start over at third base as well today, so we'll see him over at the hot corner today. But, yeah, great player, and excited to watch him play this afternoon.
Looking at the other side of things, the Pierre Governors 17-8 last year. They did fall to Watertown in the regionals. That is 6-1 and 5-1 over those two games, a sweep for the Arrows. Watertown Arrows, I believe, just recently started playing the high school season. Post-17 was one of those teams that usually played Legion ball all year round, kind of switching things up here as of late. And I believe Watertown back in the high school schedule again this year. This is a matchup that we have not seen in a few years now. We'll talk more later on, but last time these two teams met in the high school season was the regionals in 2024. But we'll talk more about the matchup history in a little bit. You're going to have a special interview here coming up, Josh Boelter, is when we come back from our first break here. John Winkler of KCCR, our sister station over in Pierre, the voice of the Governors, is going to come on, talk with Josh Boelter a bit about the Pierre squad this year, how they're looking, and give a little more in-depth look at the Governors. After that, we'll come back with your matchup history. So still plenty to come here on KYNT and KYN TV. This is your pregame show courtesy of Hy-Vee, where there is a helpful smile in every aisle. We're back in 4 minutes here from Riverside Field.
Looking for the perfect pair of glasses? At Vision Care Associates, we've got you covered. Step into our showroom and discover our vast selection from timeless classics to the latest trends. With several styles to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect match for your look. Experience personalized service and expert care, whether you need help finding the right frame or adjusting your new glasses for the perfect fit.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Save time and shop online at Hy-Vee. Enjoy the same low prices and great deals online as in store. It's fast and easy. Just shop groceries from our app or online. Choose a pickup or delivery time that fits your schedule. And done. Plus, you can create and save grocery lists, browse weekly deals and coupons, and earn fuel savers. Whatever you need, wherever you are, just one click away. Save time and shop online today at Hy-Vee. Some restrictions apply.
Ready to build your next project, but can't get anyone to show up or even give you a quote? Call John Kopp, owner of Kopp Building Innovations. He will show up and he will make sure you are happy with your project. Trust in Kopp Building Innovations. KBI is an authorized WIC builder offering custom solutions. Whether you need a residential garage, an agricultural pole barn, or a commercial building, we will work with you. For more information or to get a quote, visit koppbuildings.com.
It's the best part of basketball season, and At the Bar is your headquarters for every game, every matchup, every last-second shot. Wall-to-wall coverage of upsets, buzzer beaters, bracket busters. If it's on the court, it's on the screens at the bar, and you won't miss a minute. The energy's loud, the beverages are cold, and every big shot feels even bigger when you're watching it together. You can watch the game anywhere, but the real fans gather at the bar in downtown Yankton.
Midwest Insurance Agency in Yankton is a proud supporter of the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles. Hi, this is Whitney Devine. If you're looking for protection that fits your life, call me or Travis. We make coverage simple. Whether it's your home, car, or farm, we take time to understand your needs and find the right plan at the right price. You'll get personal service, trusted advice, and peace of mind knowing we're right here in Yankton. Call Midwest Insurance Agency in Yankton today to schedule your appointment.
I love 1919 root beer. It's the best over a big scoop of vanilla ice cream. My favorite is just ice cold 1919 poured over crunchy ice. It's so refreshing. It's the creamiest root beer ever.
1919 root beer is the perfect treat. Brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients. It's the creamiest, full-bodied, alcohol and caffeine-free draft root beer available. It's a taste tradition since, well, 1919.
The Boathouse in Yankton is for everyone. Axe throwing, sports simulators, skee ball, shuffleboard, beanbags, pool, and darts. Plus awesome food and drinks with lots of cold craft beers and other beverages. Happy hour all day on Mondays, trivia on Tuesdays, free axe throwing tournament on Wednesday, and live music on Fridays. Some say it's the most fun you can have on land. The Boathouse is also your go-to place to watch all sports. Head to the Boathouse, downtown Yankton's fun gathering place for all ages.
Being wiser means being smart with your money, especially when it comes to a big investment like a new heating and cooling system. It means getting a quote, comparing options, and understanding what you're really paying for. At Kaiser Heating and Cooling, we're happy to walk you through the details, equipment, efficiency, and the long-term value, so you can see how our pricing compares. No guesswork, just clear information and honest answers. So be the wiser and go with Kaiser. Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Mitchell.
Welcome back to Riverside Field here on your Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. We're getting ready here for first pitch between the Yankton Bucks and the Pierre Governors. First game of the season here, and our leader, Brayden Butler, our sports director, has went out to center field to put up the outfield cam, so we will give you play-by-play on if he falls over or anything like that. But in the meantime, we welcome in our friend from KCCR. It's John Winkler, the voice of the Governors. John, appreciate the time to come in and join us, and glad you got here.
Appreciate it, Josh. Yeah, it almost blew off the interstate on the drive home over here. So it is good, but it's good to have baseball back and ready to go for the 2026 season.
I know, and it feels so crazy. It just feels like basketball just got over, hockey as well, and
right.
stuff. But we're here, we're ready to go, and going to be windy today, but excited for it. And let's just go ahead and get into the Governors this season. How are things looking? What do you expect from the team this year?
You know, you never really know exactly how year to year what it's going to be, but some of those guys that are returning, you feel like if they can find a stride early on and that they get into the flow of, you're not starting in a slump, that this team should be able to win some baseball games, and rattle off some wins. Obviously, Will Danberg, who had the most innings pitched last year for this high school baseball team, and one of those three guys that pitched during the summer, he's going to be their number one guy, and then try to figure out who number 2 through 5 will be throughout the rest of this, not necessarily this weekend or I guess this doubleheader, but as the weekend goes along because they'll play in T tomorrow. But then you look at guys like Carter Shufflebein, who will return after a good spring season, hit 296. Sun and Shine is back. That as he hits, let's see here if I can find him real quick on my stat sheet. And, of course, I can't decide to find him there. He hit 250 during the spring season, but he was a big part of that the spring and the summer season. Did have a home run and 8 runs driven in. Some of those guys are returned that got a lot of at-bats that are going to be, kind of leaned on early on. Cooper Twilliger is not playing in the spring. He hit his shoulder that he dealt with after his sophomore year of football. Just doesn't really, he could play first, but he didn't have a good arm because of the surgery that he had. Obviously, the bat would be good, but he's, looking to be a high-end prospect for somewhere to be in a tight end. Right. So his spring and summer already kind of filled up, so he's not playing for the team this year, which then leaves an opportunity for some more young guys to come in. And you just, like I said, there's a lot of good talent that's still on the way up here for this Pierre Governor program, and then going to Post State for the summer. And some of these guys will get that opportunity here in this game today. Not a whole lot of new faces that we're gonna see from last year that are going to be in the starting lineup, but there's a couple new guys that will be coming through.
Yeah, and I think that's so important. You mentioned there a lot of familiar faces can be really good for a team. Building off a season where 17-8 last year in the high school season, had a really good year from there, and like you said, just building off with adding in some new guys and getting them working in. So yeah, with that, obviously, like you said, a trip to T as well this weekend. But yeah, I mean, just looking at today with this and just what maybe, I know, like you said, you mentioned seeing some of these new guys, but what are some things you're looking for or want to see from the Governors today on the diamond?
I think in general, probably for both teams, you got to play good defense. The wind is now moved more towards left field, blowing from right field to left field, so it's going across. Before it was blowing in, so you're not looking at it and say, hey, who can hit the home runs for us this year? Because you're probably not going to hit too many. Maybe if the wind dies down, you can maybe get a couple pokes out to deep left and right center field. But who's going to put the ball in play? Who's going to be able to play good defense and be able to execute when needed, whether that is small ball, whether that is a hit and run. I think this team is going to play. You look at Major League Baseball and you see just guys swinging for the fences all the time, and that's all they want to do. You're going to see this team play a very traditional type of baseball where you're gonna bunt guys over into good scoring positions. You're going to try and go the other way to move guys from second to third base on less than 2 outs. You're going to be trying to do the little things that I think when you're watching Major League Baseball have gone away, because if you're not hitting a home run, what are you doing playing Major League Baseball? But here in high school baseball, and especially for this Pierre Governor team, the guys that are going to execute that way are going to be the ones that we're going to see in the lineup a lot.
See, and that's what I love. I grew up right at the time where those things mattered more than what they do now in major leagues. But yeah, so that's Definitely something for there, too. And, we talked about it in the open here with Brayden, but, looking at these two teams did not meet in the high school season last year. Met in the Legion State tournament. Yankton won that game 3-2. Sam Goki 2 for 3. But, yeah, a tight matchup with these two last year. Like you said, a lot of familiar faces. Hoping for another good one today.
And these two teams are pretty similar. I think, by the time that you leave, whether it is 2 wins for Yankton or 2 wins for Pierre or you split, you're going to see both these teams have kind of familiar type of games or similar games. So you're kind of looking at a mirror, and then who's just going to be able to execute in the first day of baseball. Yankton was supposed to play, I think, Monday against
Beersford.
Yeah. Did not play that game, and so now to get this first games going, walks and errors are always if you have more, you're probably not going to win a baseball game. But really, in opening day, can your pitcher throw strikes and can you limit the errors because you haven't been able to you haven't gotten to full game shape? The team that does that is going to be a good spot to win. And I think both these teams are going to feel that way throughout the entire season. If they are the team that has the fewer walks given up, the fewer errors given up, they're going to like the result 9 times out of 10, where someone like a Harrisburg is probably going, did we hit 3 home runs in the game? If we did, who cares how many people we walked, how many errors we had, because we got a shot to win a game because we're going to hit 3 home. These teams are not going to be that way, I think, this year.
And you also mentioned it a little bit earlier, but Will Danberg on the mound here for Game 1. What can we expect from him?
He's going to fire strikes, and he's got a good fastball, good velocity. He likes to mix things up, and there's not a lot of jams where he feels uncomfortable. He's pretty poised on the mound, and really, going into now his junior year, he really was a guy that I wouldn't say that wasn't on the radar of the high school team or the Legion team, but one that there was zero chance that he wasn't going to be one of those top guys. He really worked his way into it and was very good throughout the entire season. And really didn't have much of a bad outing. And, you hope that knock on wood for the Pierre's sake, that that's not going to be the case today. He has a bad outing. But he was very consistent throughout the entire season. And when he wasn't, he was able to find his way pretty quick to still have a consistent outing.
Well, John, appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us, and have a great call today.
Brayden hasn't fallen yet.
He hasn't fallen yet. Give it a couple minutes. We'll update you. But, John, thanks again. And
thank you, Josh.
Yes, all right. That was John Winkler from KCCR. I'm Josh Boelter. We'll be back in a couple minutes here on your Hy-Vee pregame show. I'm Josh Boelter. You're listening to KYNT and KYN-TV. We'll be back in 4 minutes.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
What if your next big adventure isn't out there on the road? What if it's already waiting right at home? That kitchen you've been dreaming of, extra room to grow, or the family trip you've pictured long ago. Your home's equity can fuel it all. When your plans become a must, Explorers Credit Union. Built steady, built for us.
Insured by NCUA. Call 800-491-4309 and put your equity to work for you today.
There's a difference when a convenience store is locally owned, and you feel it the moment you stop at Triple Time Rudy's. You'll get great quality fuel to keep you on the move, plus local and regional favorites like Dimmick Cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner Lockers. It's the kind of place that's convenient and connected to your community. Conveniently located at 17th and Broadway, Triple Time Rudy's, fueling your day, fueling your community.
Getting your business noticed starts with the right print. The other day, a customer came into the UPS store Yankton to pick up blueprints we printed for him. While we finished his order, he mentioned needing business cards. At the UPS store, we handle all your printing needs. Stop in and ask about our current print specials. And that customer? We had his new business cards ready the very next business day. Come explore our small business solutions at the UPS store in Yankton.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Small test, big protection. The general surgeons at Yankton Medical Clinic performed more than 1,900 colonoscopies last year, 1,900 steps towards a healthier community. Screening is simple, safe, and one of the most effective ways to prevent colon cancer. Most patients sleep comfortably through the entire procedure, which usually takes less than 30 minutes. Don't wait until symptoms appear. Call for an appointment today. Plus, the general surgeons are on call and see patients after hours and weekends. Learn more at yanktonmedicalclinic.com. So much care, so close to home.
FNBO is the great big small bank. And for more than 165 years, we've been with you where you are. A bank that's ready for all your needs, both big and small. Here to help you earn more, save more, so you can do more every step of the way. It's what you can expect from the great big small bank. FNBO, independent and family owned for 6 generations, and ever so focused on you. Stop on by or visit us at fnbo.com, member FDIC.
In Yankton, community means everything, and at Wilson Trailer, it's the heart of what they do. They're more than manufacturers, they're your neighbors. From sponsoring the Bucks and Gazelles to supporting the next generation of farmers and builders, they're proud to give back to the place they call home. For over a century, Wilson Trailer has stood strong, steady, and rooted in community. Because when Yankton thrives, we all move forward. Wilson Trailer in Yankton. Learn more at wilsontrailer.com.
Welcome back here on your pregame show brought to you by Welcome back here on your Hy-Vee pregame show. I'm Josh Boelter, Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. We're getting ready here for baseball action between the Yankton Bucks and the Pierre Governors. The Bucks have taken the field here for pregame warm-ups. Brayden Butler will join us here in a little bit. He's out working on the outfield cam, getting that set up. We have some strong winds with gusts near 40, so we're getting that taken care of and making sure we don't have a camera fall off mid-game. So either way, welcome in here at Riverside Field. Beautiful day for baseball, even with the wind. Opening day here for the Bucks and the Govs as well. So looking forward to this one. We're going to go ahead here and take a look at our matchup history between the Bucks and the Governors. These two teams, like we talked about with John Winkler from KCCR in the last segment, thanks to him for joining us again, by the way, they did not meet in the high school season. Their last meeting for high school was in the 2024 regionals. Yankton won that 2-1. Pierre took game 1 6-5, and then Yankton rallied, took game 2 4-3, and game 3 16-6. Both these teams did meet in the Legion State Tournament last season. Yankton won that game 3-2. Sam Goki, who's getting the start at third base today, he went 2 for 3, had 2 runs in that game. Beck Reichen, who's starting at shortstop, also went 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. He also pitched 8 2/3. He gave up only 5 hits, 2 runs, only one of those earned, and 4 strikeouts. So those guys, you're going to see them on the left side of the diamond today at third and short. So looking forward to seeing those two and the rest of the Bucks. It is Boston Frick getting the start today. We'll look at him and the rest of the starting lineup as we get closer to first pitch, which is set for about 20 minutes from now. So we're getting ready here. We're getting close to having Yankton Bucks baseball doubleheader action today against the Pierre Governors. I'm Josh Boelter. This is your pregame show brought to you by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. We're going to take another break, come back, and we'll look at a few other things. Hopefully Brayden Butler will be able to join us here. I see him climbing down the deer stand out in the outfield, getting that camera ready to go for first pitch. I'm Josh Boelter. It's the Yankton Bucks. It's the Pierre Governors, about 20 minutes away from first pitch. You're watching KYNT and KYNT-V. We'll be back in 4 minutes.
Are you on track to retire? I'm Adam Walter, a certified financial planner with Vantage Financial, born and raised in Yankton, South Dakota. My team and I pride ourselves on building trust through clear, honest advice tailored to your unique goals. From retirement planning to smart tax strategies, we'll create a personalized plan to help you feel confident and secure about your financial future. Visit vfplanning.com or search Adam Walter, Vantage Financial, to schedule a 15-minute call today.
Vantage Financial Partners is a registered investment advisor. SEC registration does not constitute an endorsement of Vantage by the SEC, nor does it indicate that Vantage has attained a particular level of skill or ability.
It's time to stop making excuses
The peace of mind you get after a colonoscopy is worth it. It's the best way to prevent and detect one of the deadliest cancers. In fact, your doctor can remove precancerous polyps during the procedure if necessary. That's right, before it even turns to cancer. No excuses. Get a colonoscopy at 45 and follow up every 10 years or as recommended by your doctor. Find a location or schedule now at avera.org/colon.
Tip-off is here and the season's heating up. Whether it's your home, farm, or everyday life, Farmers Union Insurance help you defend against the unexpected and score big on protection. Brendan Hansen and Brandon Tykero at Suite 101B, Morgan Square in Yankton help you rebound from surprises, make every play count, and keep your game strong all season long. Don't let life slam dunk you. Stop by today and stay covered with Farmers Union Insurance.
Have a craving for wings or delicious burgers or pivo fries? Come sink your teeth into the mouth-watering burgers and wings at Checkers Sports Bar and Grill in Yankton. With a menu that's flavor frenzy, there's something for every fan. Grab your friends, bring your family, and head down to Checkers. Checkers Sports Bar and Grill is Yankton's favorite spot for food, friends, and sports. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Your game days belong at Checkers.
When is the last time you ordered company clothing for your employees? Are they wearing faded clothing or stuff with old logos? JJ Benji's will make you look good in 2026. Whatever you want, polos, t-shirts, quarter zips, hoodies, embroidered or screen printed. Not sure what to get? JJ Benji's team can help you with some great ideas. Say thank you to your employees and make a great impression on your customers with company clothing from JJ Benji's, 201 Pine Street in Yankton.
I'm Colby Cookta, one of your Yankton Edward Jones financial advisors. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why I'm a proud sponsor of the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles on KYNT.
Call 605-653-4860 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
I'm Colby Cookta, financial advisor Edward Jones Yankton, member SIPC.
At Mount Marty University, students get real support and real opportunities.
Hi, I'm Maya, and I'm a business major at Mount Marty University. The professors here at Mount Marty are just amazing. They're very good about supporting me through future internships and jobs that they try and line me up with, and they also provide real life experiences in the classroom through projects and speakers and things like that.
Start your journey online at mountmarty.edu.
Rodents want to make your home their home. Pesky invaders go in search of warm housing and food for the winter. An invasion of rodents can be costly and can contribute to disease and contamination of products. So trust the experts to keep them out. Olson Pest Technicians is family-owned with over 80 years of experience. Even the toughest infestations don't stand a chance. Olson Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Call 800-KIL-BUGS.
Welcome back in here on KYNT and KYN TV for your High-V pregame show. High-V, there's a hopeful smile in every aisle. I'm back, a little winded.
From the deer stand.
Probably should have let you start things off here. I'm not going to lie to you, Josh, but
no, I mean,
force a habit.
I can talk for a minute. I mean, John and I were out there. I mean, we talked about a lot of stuff while you were gone. Maybe you for a couple minutes as well.
I tried my best out there, dude.
Yeah, no. So, but yeah, I mean, I've said yeah a lot, but I'm excited today, Brayden. It's going to be a lot of fun getting back out here doing some baseball today. Opener for both these teams and doubleheader action on a Saturday where minus the wind, I sound very Midwestern-ish when I say this. Minus that darn wind, it's very nice out here. Looking forward to a really nice baseball game between two teams that had really good seasons last year.
Yeah, guarantee from Midwesterners you're going to hear about the wind or the humidity. If it wasn't for those two things, the weather wouldn't really be that bad.
It'd be kind of perfect.
No, I mean, 97's fine. It's just because it's so humid.
Yeah. See, it's actually like 93, but it feels like 90. And you're like, come on.
Come on, man. Anyway, back to the topic at hand of baseball. This is your High-V pregame show. As if you can see if you're watching on KYN TV, we did get that camera set up. It is locked down.
It's there.
There's so much duct tape. It was probably an OSHA violation. but not OSHA violation, the health violation. How much dick tapes up there?
You're putting me on the spot.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Nothing we do is an OSHA violation.
Checking notes. It's only taken us a half an hour this season before the broadcast broke down, and we have lost cabin
It's
pressure.
only my second full segment, dude. Anyway, it's your Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee with his helpful smile in every aisle. Big thanks to Josh Boelter for taking over, conducting the interview with John Winkler, and big thanks to John for coming over as well. But back to the topic at hand. It's your Stats in Focus, courtesy of Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first. You can see a few of the stats on your screen, key stats if you're watching on KYN TV, but looking at some team stats for the Yankton Bucks, they're hitting .315 as a unit last season. This is the high school stats. So this does not include Legion, but even though they break up the season, so I'm breaking them up here. A .441 on base, a .413 slugging percentage, OPS of .854, 203 runs scored, and 64 steals offensively for Yankton. In the pitching department, a 1.521 ERA as a team, a 1.143 WHIP, a .213 batting average against, and 175 strikeouts for the Bucks as a unit. Some great performers last year for Yankton. A few of them graduating and moving on, but a chunk of them coming back for another season.
Yeah, and we'll get into those players as we go on. But I think the one thing that you said there that really stood out to me, once again, 64 steals as a team. We know with Coach Drew Lawrence, this team is aggressive on the base path, and when he gets a chance, he's going to send his guys. So keep an eye on that throughout the afternoon. But, yeah, some really healthy numbers here overall. A .315 team average is really, really good. And so I'm looking forward to seeing this Yankton offense in action this afternoon.
If you're one of the KYN TV loyalists, or KYNT loyalists who listen to every game, regardless of who's playing on our airwaves, then you'll know that steals is just it feels like a Yankton thing. The Mount Marty Lancers right now at the college level, right here at Riverside Field, top 10 in the country in stolen bases. And their center fielder, Jalen Owens, is top 2 in the nation right now. I think he is number 2. Just a couple off the top in the nation. So it's kind of a Yankton thing. I wonder if that's just sharing notes between coaching staffs here in the River City.
Well, and you see a lot of, I think one of those things that comes with it, you see a lot of Yankton high school guys moving up to the next level at Mount Marty. So maybe there's something in common there with that. But as you say, KYNT loyalists, for some reason my brain went like, Rob Lowe with the NFL hat. The NFL. we need someone to come to all the games, just not us, but someone else just wearing KYNT stuff in the crowd.
I can get Bree here in 10 minutes and in a KYNT shirt just to root for the squad.
I'm sold, but I also need I'm
someone who's not related.
Yeah, just no connection whatsoever. Just if you haven't seen that, look up Rob Lowe NFL hat online. But anyways, it's both. Teams are getting ready to go here to home plate. I think we might be
doing starting lineups and your national anthem. Real quick before we go, keys to the game from Vision Real Estate. 3 keys today. Number 1, defense. Number 2, base running. We talked about how aggressive they are. Number 3, with that wind, you're going to want to keep the ball down today when hitting. Well, they're clearing off the lines now, so we'll do one more segment here, as I believe they're going to announce the starting lineups before officially going on. Your key player of the game from Missouri River Associates. It's going to be Sam Goki. He's the returning player of the year in the class, as he has just been an exceptional player for the Yankton Bucks baseball program throughout his career, and expect him to be good again this season. Reigning player of the year, 441 average for him, 998 OPS, and on the mound, a 1.131 ERA with a 946 WHIP. So a very, very good player for Sam Goki. He is your key player of the game. Looks like they're going to have their meeting at the home plate, midfield. We'll get there.
We'll call it meeting of the minds. Is what we're going to call it.
They're meeting down at the field level, and we are getting ready to go. So, looking down here, they're going to do the starting lineups and national anthem. Or there's already a guy taking practice swings. I don't know. Maybe before jumping the gun, but it should be national anthem and starting lineups coming up. We'll have coming back after that here on KYNT and KYN TV. They got me discombobulated for the first baseball game of the year. Back in a couple minutes, though, after your national anthem, we'll talk about starting lineups and have your first pitch from Riverside Field.
If you've been suffering from chronic pain or a recent injury,
check us out, Lane, Reed, and Cole Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
We offer a wide variety of treatments and techniques, including dry needling, cupping, chiropractic adjustments, and sports rehabilitation.
Our mission is to ensure an individualized and efficient treatment plan to get you back on your feet.
From ankle sprains and sports injuries to neck pain and headaches, we've got your back.
Give us a call or book an appointment on our website. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy.
Located on Summit Street across from the high school.
Do you struggle with dry contacts?
At Vision Care Associates, we have a great option. Infused contact lenses by Bosch & Lomb. Infused lenses are designed to ensure that your eyes stay hydrated and irritation-free, even after a full day of wear. Our doctors specialize in fitting these lenses for maximum comfort and optimal vision. Schedule your consultation and experience the all-day comfort and crisp, clear vision you deserve.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
At H&H Roofing, we don't just fix roofs, we protect families. We're family-owned, locally operated, and dedicated to keeping our community safe and dry. Every nail, every shingle, every handshake, it all matters to us. From repairs to full roof replacements, we treat every home like it's our own. Because when your home is secure, we feel secure. For honest work and dependable results, trust the local team that cares. Call H&H Roofing in Yankton today. We've got you covered.
The SureCo exclusive SureLink wireless remote system features the most advanced industrial Bluetooth technology and best-in-class express operation. Operate any SureCo electric product with the SureLink Pro and EZR remotes, or with your smartphone using the SureLink app. To learn more, contact your authorized SureCo distributor or find us at sureco.com. Demand the best. Demand SureCo.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first. We offer expertise and experience, where your long-term eye care is our concern. State-of-the-art technology, where we never lose sight of quality. Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
When you make the right decision, it feels good. Like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision too. That's why State Farm agent Rhonda Westland is right here in Yankton to help you select the right protection at the right price. Rhonda will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. With State Farm agent Rhonda Westland, it's easy to make the right choice. Just call her. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Feeling drained isn't always about sleep or motivation. This is Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. When your body is stiff, tense, or moving poorly, everyday tasks can take more effort than they should. When spinal joints aren't moving well, other areas often compensate. Regular chiropractic care helps improve mobility and reduce tension patterns that keep your body on high alert. Start feeling better with a call to First Chiropractic Centers with offices in Yankton, Hardington, Tyndall, and Wagner, inspiring and empowering others to healthier living.
The sky is falling, the sky is falling. Hi, this is Larry from Larry's Heating and Cooling. No, the sky isn't falling, but the price of central air conditioners are. Get a new 2-ton Lennox or Carrier Central Air with a new thermostat for only $39.90, or a Lennox gas furnace for as little as $29.95. Or if you want to get both, we'll do the insane and take another $500 off. Installed Lennox or Carrier system for as little as $64.85. Financing available? Call us for a free estimate.
I am John Marquardt, and I'm running for District 18 State Representative. I'm currently chair of the Yankton County Commission. I was born and raised in rural South Dakota and have an ag business background. I am a conservative that fights to keep taxes low, supports law enforcement, and I'll look out for the best interests of District 18.
Vote for John Marquardt for District 18 State Representative in the Republican primary, paid for by friends of John Marquardt.
Yankton fans, every drive, every rebound, and every fast break lights up the gym, and Sparkling Ice is here to keep that game day spirit buzzing. With bold fruit flavors, zero sugar, and a cool burst of refreshment, it's the perfect companion whether you're in the stands or celebrating a big win on the way home. Fuel the roar of the crowd and the rhythm of the court with Sparkling Ice. Grab yours today and cheer on the Bucks and Gazelles all season long. Sparkling Ice, flavor that plays hard.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, they believe you should understand your dental health, not just receive it. They'll show you your x-rays and photos, explain the why behind any treatment, and make sure you feel confident about your care. And if you have dental insurance, it's a good time to use it. New patient exams and x-rays are often covered at 100%. Learn more at elwoodfamilydentalcare.com, where they take care of the entire family.
Ever have one of those days?
Your car breaks down. Your dog decides your couch is a chew toy. And, oh yeah, a tree falls on your roof. Don't worry, Missouri River Associates has you covered. Auto, home, pet mishaps, we're here for all of life's little oops moments. Call 665-6885 for your free quote. Because life happens, and we're ready for it.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Yankton set up out in the field. Pierre ready to take their first at-bats of the season. And it's time to announce your starting lineups, courtesy of First Chiropractic Centers, making life better one adjustment at a time. Josh Boelter, who's getting the start today. And you can start with whatever team you prefer.
All right, we'll start with the Pierre Governors today. Batting first and playing shortstop is number 10, Carter Schiffelbein. We know that name from football. Batting second, number 11, the second baseman, Hudson Stozer. Batting third and catching today behind the plate is number 3, Sutton Sonnenschein. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 12, Hudson Schaefer. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 4, Porter Hensley. Batting sixth and playing third base, number 0, Parker O'Brien. Batting seventh and playing left field, number 1, Jaron Deal. Batting eighth, the right fielder, Aiden Johnson. Batting ninth and playing over at first base today is number 13, Bridger Babcock. We'll see him in the bottom of first, though, but on the bump, though, is number 5, Will Danberg.
And looking across the way, how are the Yankton Bucks lining up out in the field, if you have that ready, for the first time in the 2026 season?
Yeah, looking at things here, playing over at third base today is number 5, Easton Fieser. At second is Brennan Gilmore. At third, Samuel Goki. At shortstop, Beck Reichen. In left field today, it's Carter Boomsma. In center, Tate Bestie. And over in right field, Brett Taggart. Behind the plate today is, looking here, Gavin Johnson. And then on the bump, getting the first start of the season for the Bucks, number 13, Boston Frick.
We are ready to go. We'll see your opening pitch here for Boston Frick in there for strike one, and we are underway with the Yankton Bucks baseball season. Those starting lineups, once again, courtesy of First Chiropractic Center. Boston Frick pitched pretty well last year. Might not be at the top of the stat sheet. That was reserved for Sam Goki and Beck Reich, and I know Mark Cottle as well. Very, very good last season in the pitching department, but Boston Frick, when his name was called, I think more often the Legion season than the high school season, he played very well, as he's ahead in the count 0-2.
Yes, he gets his first strikeout of the season there, Brayden, on 3 pitches. But, yeah, I mean, looking at it here, 31 innings pitched in the high school season last year, and he pitched really well at 2.21 ERA.
Yeah, so even more work last year than I thought in the high school season. He's a very good pitcher, a 3-pitch punch-out to start things off. First pitch of this at-bat, first time that Frick misses the zone. It'll be ball 1.
Could use a better name, though. Not to pick on him as a Yankee fan, but
could use a better name than Boston. That's just your opinion. At least he's not named Philadelphia.
That is true.
1-1 count as they're swung through there by Stoser. Stoser batting second today for Pierre. Here's the 1-1 home. Misses the zone, ball 2. Stoser, when they line up out in the field. Check that, I didn't write it down. In 1 second, I'll let you know. Here's the 2-1 chopper. Back towards the pitcher, Frick. It's a awkward roll. Johnson comes out and gets it. Throw pulls Fieser off the bag at first. So Stoser's going to be safe at first base. First base runner of the day. I think they're going to rule that an error against Gavin Johnson. But that was just an awkward play there to make, or short there in front of home plate.
Yeah, short hopper there, like you said, and just testing the legs on that one for Stoser. Beats it out even with the wild throw there. And now Pierre with a runner on first here in this with 1 out.
We're going to see Frick work out of the stretch for the first time. Throw over to first, gets away from Easton Fieser. Stoser going to second, and he'll take the turn. It's by the bullpen. Fieser now up with it, and Stoser goes corner to corner on the errant throw over to first base, and now the first run of the game potentially 90 feet away for the Governors.
Yeah, and all of a sudden in business real fast there. It's crazy how a little hopper led to a runner on third like that, but that happened with the errant throw there over on the pickoff attempt, and now Pierre in business with a runner in scoring position. It does look, Brayden, like Yankton's going to take a second here. talk it out. The catcher, Gavin Johnson, just having a word with his pitcher out there, Boston Frick. And there's also a word with the umpire as well, it looks like.
Should mention as well, umpires are your officials out there, your umpires of the game, brought to you by the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General. They are the law on the diamond. Stoser, who now stands at third base, is going to play second base today. And that's going to bring the three-hole hitter, the catcher, Sutton Sunshine, up to the plate. Frick out of the stretch. First pitch to Sunshine. A weak hit over to the third base. It was kind of a half swing from Sunshine. It's a throw over to first in time, a 5-3 putout for the second out of the game. It's Sam Goki finding Easton Freezer. And it really did feel like Sunshine wanted to hold back on that one, didn't want to swing through it.
Yeah, and that's a good job there, though, by Yankton. You get that first pitch out to get that second out, and you freeze the runner with it going over to that side. So nice job there by Yankton now, just 1 out away from getting out of this jam.
Here is Hudson Schaefer to the plate now as he takes strike one. Schaefer will be the designated hitter today. Testing our crowd, Mike. The wind's still putting too much interference on it. Swung through that one there for Schaefer, making an 0-2 count, and Boston Frick 1 strike away from working out of a bit of a jam. Runner only 90 feet away from home plate. And if he gets the punch out here, second strikeout of the first inning. Frick will deal just outside. Couldn't get him to chase.
Yeah, and you might as well, you're playing with 2 strikes there, see if you can get the batter to chase, like you said.
Schaefer kind of tapped his helmet after that one, I assume just to keep it on with how the wind's going. We haven't invented the ABS for South Dakota high school baseball yet, but strike 3 swinging. Boston Frick sets him down, and that's going to do it for the first inning of play in the top half. Pierre goes 1-2-4 as the third man. They do go 1-3-4, but I tried something that didn't work. 1 hit, 1 runner left on, no errors. 1 error, and no runs come across home plate. It's 0-0 as we head to the bottom of the first for the first time this season. We'll see the Yankton Bats in 60 seconds. This is Yankton Bucks Baseball, KYNT, KYN-TV.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home but not sure where to start? I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way. With 20 years of experience and a passion for finding the perfect match, I'll work hard for you, answer all your questions along the way, and make it stress-free. Call me at 605-664-5555, and let's get moving.
If it's time to review the look of the signage of your business, let Mayor Signs help. They offer all types of signs, including exterior and interior signage, fleet wraps, digital signs, and much more. They also do logo creation and vehicle wraps. Their technicians arrive on site, fully equipped to get the installation done with quality workmanship. With the latest tools and technology, Mayor Signs provides high-quality installation service for any sign. Contact Mayor Signs today on 4th and Broadway in Yankton.
Welcome back here for the bottom of inning number 1. It's the Pierre Governors and the Yankton Bucks in the season opener for both squads. Pierre stranded a man on third base to start the inning. And now Yankton will try to look to break the 0-0 deadlock in the bottom of the first. Will Danberg on the mound for Pierre.
And he's a guy our friend John Winkler mentioned in our pregame interview and said he's really, really good, an established starter. Excited to see him on the mound today against a good Yankton lineup with Sam Goki and company.
And you want to see your best right out of the gate, and Danberg is that for Pierre. Looking at how things will line up for the Yankton Bucks, 3-batter minimum in this half inning. It will be Beck Reichen to lead things off, followed by Sam Goki and Easton Feeser, 1-2-3. Gavin Johnson, the catcher, and future Mount Marty Lancer batting in the cleanup spot.
Yeah, and that's cool. And we talked about that pipeline that's really been growing and growing and growing, and you see that all throughout that Lancer program, and just another one right there.
You know, I know that pipeline in Yankton's been around for the majority of Mount Marty baseball's existence, but it feels like Coach Tycro's really gone to that well as of late, and it's worked out. Some key players for them. Drew Reichen's been playing well to start the season. I know Joe Goki injured right now, but it was a key player at shortstop for Mount Marty. Really good mix of getting local area talent and then finding those diamonds in the rough from outside of the zone. First pitch from Danberg is outside of the zone, just low for ball 1.
Looking at Beck Reichen last year, Brayden hit 386 in the high school season, so looking to pick up where he left off from last year.
Takes ball 2 there for a 2-0 count now to him. On that stat sheet over there, do I have walks drawn for Beck Reichen saved from last year?
14.
There we go.
14.
2-0. It won't be a walk drawn here as Reichen bounces it to the second baseman. Throw over to first in time. A 4-3 putout is how we get things underway here in the bottom of inning number 1. And that brings up last year's Player of the Year for high school baseball. And Sam Goki did miss a chunk of time. Actually picked up an injury in the state tournament for high school and then missed a chunk of time in the Legion season, but was really a key piece. And Yankton's a good finish in the Legion year.
Yeah, and you talked about how good he is. 441 batting average last year in high school ball. So he takes that pitch high.
And smart there, dropping the bat as well. Sometimes guys forget about that, and you can get a foul tip off of that or even put the ball in play. So
got to be ready to run on those type of things.
Danberg comes set with the 1-0 home. He'll deal, and that will be off of the arm of Goki. He had a great on-base percentage last year. Probably would prefer his first trip to the base paths any other way, but he'll take it. Had a 514 OBP last year for Goki.
And he did steal 8 bags last year. We'll see maybe if they decide to send him early here or what's going on. But either way, a runner on here now in the bottom of the first for the Bucks.
Easton Fieser, one of the premier power bats of last year's team. With the win today, I doubt he's going to put a ride into anything, but stranger things have happened at Riverside Field. Danberg taking his time now. He'll toe the rubber, working out of the stretch. Goki taking a slight lead off of first. With Fieser at the plate, Gavin Johnson in the on-deck circle. Danberg fires home, leaves it outside for a ball. I don't think it was a designed pitch out, but it almost worked that way. The catcher had to pop up to his feet and go out and get that one.
Yeah, and that's something you might see throughout some of these games with Yankton. We know we've talked about it really at length here early, but they like to send guys, and every now and then it doesn't hurt to do that pitch out and keep the runner honest over at first.
Danberg checks that runner as he comes set on the mound. Fieser, the left-handed hitter, one of a few left-handed hitters in the Yankton program, takes strike 1 there. 1-1 count.
We're a big fan of southpaws in this broadcast.
Well, one of us is a lefty.
I was going to say, as a southpaw myself, big fan.
One of us is a lefty, and the other one is a righty whose arm doesn't really work. I wonder if I get close enough to the crowd mic, that might come over the microphone.
I heard that from here.
I got a messed up shoulder. 1-1 pitch is in there for strike 2. It's a 1-2 count now to Easton Fieser.
Yeah, Danberg really battling here. He's had some command issues in the first inning. First game, those things happen. But battling back here, getting a couple strikes.
And the wind, it's not a super long distance from home plate from the mound, but I can still push the ball around a little bit as Fieser gets underneath this one, and that one is up in the jet stream here at Riverside Field. Almost came all the way into the infield, did the left fielder, but he gloves it for out number 2. 2 down now for Gavin Johnson, as we'll see the catcher for the first time today.
And that's something that's going to be interesting to keep an eye on. You mentioned with some of those pop-ups, wind, could that play a factor with how that plays out? Could we see some crazy things in that sense? But, yeah, either way, good job there. Get underneath that one and get the second out of the inning.
And that was Deal out in left field who dealt with the wind to bring that one down. And the way the wind's blowing right now, it's basically from our center field camera to the left field line as that one is swung through for strike 1 by Gavin Johnson. Goki taking a slight lead off of first. You can see when we go to our wide shot how the corners are kind of cut in the infield turf, and Goki not really leaving that corner is the best way I can say. I'm going to show you quick on KYN TV if you're watching at home how they kind of cuts off the edges. Goki doesn't take too much of a lead, as you can see.
Should have mentioned with Johnson at the plate, the catcher hit 326 as well in 28 games during the high school season last year as that pitch goes high.
Yeah, high and tight for him. 2-1 count now to Johnson. I know we're talking about high school ball here, but I believe those numbers went up in the Legion season for Gavin Johnson as well. He's a very, very good player last year down the stretch for Yankton. Danberg comes set. 2-1 home. Johnson takes it near the chest for ball 3. It's a 3-1 count now to him.
Yeah, and you wonder if he's got the green light here on a 3-1. I think interesting to see if Coach Lawrence and company give him that over there. But yeah, 3-1 count here.
Yankton usually very patient at the plate, but with 2 outs, we'll see. Ball 4 taken. Gavin Johnson will take first base. Puts Sam Goki now into scoring position, 180 feet away at second base. Gavin Johnson at first will have a courtesy runner for him.
Got to go get his gear on for the second. That's something I always think about with catchers. I feel bad for them when they're either like the first guy up an inning or last guy up in the inning, and they got to either put all the gear on or take it off, or vice versa. And got to feel a little bit of sympathy for the catchers out there. I
was a catcher in the 4th grade. Very clearly wasn't a good one because I didn't do it past the 4th grade.
See, I did it one time, but I feel like left-handed catchers, I can't think of really any off the top of my head, or at least that are out there catching. So it was kind of weird is how I'll put that. But yeah.
Courtesy runner at first base is Will Sager for Gavin Johnson. The first pitch strike in there to Tate Bestie, his opening at-bat of the 2025 season. Danberg, wouldn't call it a jam, but maybe jelly, maybe a preserve situation.
Yeah, definitely, he's just trying to battle out of this first inning without giving up any damage, and he gets the ball there outside.
Yeah, didn't miss by much. Try to get Tate Bestie to follow that one on the breaking ball. That is a pitch that eats me up in MLB The Show, Josh. I'll tell you that. Anything that breaks away from the batter, swinging at it.
I'm swinging on. I'm hitting X every single time. I'm swinging every pitch.
Here's the 1-1 popped up the elevator shaft behind home plate here, running under it, and that one rolled down the netting just in front of us. So that is a ball, or a foul ball, strike.
Yeah, and just one pitch or one strike away from getting out of this inning if you're Will Danberg. Couple runners on here, but he's a strike away from leaving those runners stranded on first and second. Throwing a healthy amount of pitches in this inning, too. He's at 17 here in this first inning.
That's what Yankton likes to do, take long at-bats, force pitchers to work hard to get them out. And there's a 1-2 pitch to make it a 2-2 count from Danberg. Didn't miss by much. Missed a little low there. Say plate discipline and base running were 2 calling cards of Yankton last year. They had the power shots to the gap when they needed them, but old school style baseball team. The 2-2 inside, almost clipped him. Bestie had to twist out of danger there. Full count now.
Yeah, get out of the way of that one. But now, like you said, full count here, 2 outs, 2 runners on, and looking to make something happen.
Runners should be in motion here off the pitch from Danberg as well with 2 down on the full count. And they are in motion. And that one, I don't know if it clipped him, but it's a walk either way.
Yeah, walk
everybody
either
moves.
way. Walk either way. Like you said, everybody moves. Bases loaded now, Brayden. Now I think we can officially call it a jam.
now he's in a pickle.
Yeah.
Danberg trying to work out of the situation. And, bright spot for him. He only needs 1 out to do it. As Carter Boomsma, who you remember from the football season, one of the fastest guys in the state during football. If he puts something in play, even an infield grounder, he can beat it out to first. But with a force at any bag, I assume Pierre would just go to the nearest plate as he's taking strike 1 there for Boomsma.
I was going to say his speed is effective, but right now they need the thing in his hands, that bat there, to do the job here with bases loaded and 2 outs. Danberg
out of the windup again, throws the 0-1 home, swung through there by Boomsma, and in and out of the glove of the catcher. Sun and shine, but didn't get far enough away for anybody to move. So 0-2 count now, and it's one of the first times in this inning that Danberg's really been able to control the at-bat from the jump.
Yeah, get ahead here with a couple strikes, and now looking to get out of this inning.
Here's the 0-2 home, and sent right back up the middle. Boomsma, base knock, 1 run scores. It's Goki from third, taking the turn, coming home. 2 runs will score. It's a 2 RBI single for Carter Boomsma, and then runners advance as the throw gets away from the catcher. Sager and Goki score. Boomsma stands on second, and the Bucks lead 2-0.
How about that? A piece of clutch hitting there from Yankton's left fielder, Carter Boomsma. Just puts it right back up the middle in between in second and short there and gets a couple runs. The first hit of the season for the Bucks leads to their first 2 runs of the season. And now Yankton with a 2-0 lead here early on the Governors.
Just watched it again on your Vision Care Associates replay on KYN TV. A slide into home there. It was a close play at home, but the ball bounced a little out of reach for Sun and Shine and got over his mitt. That allowed Will Sager to slide in safely. And a 2-0 lead here for Yankton. 2 runners in scoring position. Danberg not out of danger yet here in the first.
And now it's just about limiting that damage here. Brayden, that one gets sent back up the middle as well for another base hit.
They'll drop again. They're sending the runner from second again. 1 run scores, 2 runs score. Boomsma from second, Bestie from third. It's a 2 RBI single for Yankton again. So we'll take another look at it. Your Vision Care Associates replay. Just great effort there from Christian Weir. Didn't even get to say that he was at the plate for Yankton before he sent that one basically the same spot Boomsma did, a little higher. Gets it to drop in front of the center fielder there. 2 RBI single for the designated hitter, Christian Weir. And now Yankton leads 4-0 here in the second inning.
And what's been so impressive to me, Brayden, in this first inning is just the clutch 2-out hitting that you've seen here from Christian Weir and Carter Boomsma, leading to 4 runs for the Bucks early.
And Boomsma in an 0-2 count as well. That is a high-pressure situation. Able to answer there. Boomsma stepping into a more prominent role this year with some graduations in similar positions. With an 0-1 count here now to the next hitter up, Brennan Gilmore, the second baseman. That is a guy stepping into a new position as well. Owen Washon last year held down that second base spot for a majority. Tate Bestie rotated in as well, but Brennan Gilmore taking over that spot. He's got a 1-1 count on him from Danberg. Danberg will fire home outside for ball 2.
Yeah, and Danberg throwing a lot of pitches here by my count. 28 so far in the first inning. Trying to keep that pitch count down, obviously, with the doubleheader, but right now throwing a lot of pitches here in the first.
Remember, high school rules, there are limits depending on how many pitches you throw on how many days until your next outing, as that one misses inside for ball 3. 3-1 count now to Gilmore, and we already got some action in the Pierre bullpen. Trying to get a read on the number out there. I believe that's number 24, which would be Riker Edson, but we'll see here as Gilmore pops this one up near the foul ball or bullpen area down the foul line. Was a foul ball there. A nice little piece there from Gilmore, even though it does end up foul in the end.
Yeah, and a heck of an effort there from Aiden Johnson out in right field, sliding after that one. But yeah, that one just foul and fighting to stay alive. Now full count here at the plate.
1 runner on, but he's 270 feet away from home plate, so he's got a distance to go. Danberg checks the runner at first, now comes set. Full count pitch, Yankton leads 4-0. Throw over to first, and they didn't get him. It was close. Definitely getting a lead over there at first, and almost a dangerous situation.
Yeah, and a good throw from Danberg on that pick. Almost got him on that, and just came short, but yeah, good throw on that pick. Wind's still blowing strong here, Brayden.
Weatherman lied to me. He said it'd calm down by about 5. That one fouled away. Good fight here from Gilmore.
See, I know we just read the weather report, but I can't judge too much as a man who has to read the weather on the air.
Look, it's a hard job. They're just guesstimating out there most of the time. I'll be honest. That being said, their guesstimation's way better than mine.
Yeah. I was going to say, we're just reading their guesstimations here, but yeah, absolutely.
This one sent out into right field. Getting under it is Johnson. He will glove this one for out number 3. Damage done, though, for Yankton. 4 runs come across on 2 hits. There was 1 error for Pierre. 1 runner gets left on base. We go to the top of the second in a 4-0 ball game here on KYNT and KYN TV. We're back in 1 minute with the top of the second.
$71 delivers any new or used vehicle from Moody Motors in Niobrara. That's right, this year Moody Motors has been in business 71 years. So right now, bring in just $71 and we can get you into your next vehicle. Right now we have 11 vehicles that we can get you a $200 to $300 a month payment for just $71 down. Big smiles, low payments, and hometown service is what you'll find at Moody Motors in Nyborough.
You're in the mood for Moody.
At Boston Shoes to Boots, we believe quality starts with fit, craftsmanship, and service you can count on. Every brand we carry is carefully chosen for comfort, style, and lasting wear. You'll find favorites like Birkenstock, Red Wing, Brooks, Taos, and more, because your feet deserve the best. From everyday favorites to work-ready boots, you'll find the right fit with help from people who know footwear inside and out. Boston Shoes to Boots, in downtown Yankton and online at bostonshoestoboots.com.
Porter Hunsley to lead things off this half inning for the Pierre Governors. Boston Frick back out on the mound, and he's got some wiggle room to work with. He'd prefer not to have to use it, but 4-0 lead for Yankton as the first pitch, much like the first pitch of the first inning, in there for strike one for Frick.
Yeah, any game, Brayden, where you can get some run support early, I know that's important, but to be able to get it in that first game of the season and just be able to be relaxed out there and play with the lead as that one gets hit over the shortstop's head for a base hit for Hunsley.
Yeah, first knock of the second inning, second hit of the game for the Governors as Hunsley is going to move 90 feet to the first base bag. And a leadoff base runner here for the Governors as they have to dig themselves out of an early deficit. I guess the bright side of a run in the first inning is you got all the time in the world to make up for it, but you got to make sure you don't give up another run down the stretch.
Yeah, absolutely with that. Looking at Boston Frick's first inning, Brayden, he did have 2 strikeouts in that first frame, so off to a good start.
Top of inning number 2, that was the 14th pitch of the game for Boston Frick.
11 strikes so far.
As this one shot back to Frick on the mound, he'll glove it. No play at second, goes over to first in time. A 1-3 put out for the first out of the inning, but a runner in scoring position here for the Pierre Governors as Hunsley was able to move to second base. That was O'Brien there on the ground out. Now coming to the plate will be Jaron Deal.
And that's the second time today, Brayden, in as many innings. We've seen kind of one of those short hops over towards the pitcher. That one took a little bit of a weird bounce, but Frick did a good job adjusting to it and getting the easy out over at first.
Check the weather report during our break in the action as well. Now it's supposed to die down around 6, so we're going to hope at some point it is right.
That is what we call kicking the can down the road, weatherman.
1-0 your count as Boston Frick misses for ball 1 to Deal here. Hunsley stands on second base, had that leadoff knock. The 1-0 misses the zone. 2-0 count now. I believe a fan of the stands didn't agree that was a ball, but it was a little low and away. Throw over to second, trying to get a pickoff play on Hunsley. Didn't catch him napping there, so safe at second.
And been paying a lot of attention to that run over there. You've seen Frick kind of check it over his shoulder a couple times. That time he tries the pick attempt on that one, trying to get the runner out at second.
Boston Frick gets a strike call there. 2-1 count now here to Deal.
Yeah, from that one here, looked like it caught the top of the zone. I'm kind of at a weird angle over here. We're trying to tell exactly where it hits. But
this one on the ground to the third baseman. Goki up with it, looks the runner back to second, fires across the diamond in time, a 5-3 put out, and they hold the runner at second base. Great defense there for Sam Goki over at third.
And that's the second time, once again, in as many innings, Brayden, we've seen a grounder over to third. This kind of froze the runner for Pierre. They've done a good job of getting runners in scoring position, but haven't been able to capitalize yet. We'll see if they can continue or try to get that done here and get a run in this inning as they welcome Aiden Johnson to the plate, the right fielder. But, yeah, once again, they're being frozen, a grounder over to third.
A lot of huge sports action tonight. The Elite Eight for men's basketball. Here's a chopper to the shortstop. Reichen up with it over the first in time. A 6-3 put out ends the inning. The leadoff threat does not come to pass for the Pierre Governors. 1 hit, no runs, no errors. 1 runner gets left on base. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. Yankton leads 4-0. We'll see if the Bucks can add to it when we come back. This is Yankton Bucks Baseball, KYNT, KYN-TV. We're back in 1 minute.
FM 102.1 and AM 1450, KYNT, Yankton. Hey, high school seniors, how would you like a full ride scholarship to one of the 4 technical schools in South Dakota? With Yankton Thrive's Build Your Career program, we partner high school seniors with local companies. Seniors choose a school in the course of study that matches your company. The partner company pays half a scholarship, and the other half is paid by the Build Dakota Scholarship Program. This program is open to seniors in South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, and Minnesota. For more on Yankton Thrive's Build Your Career, go to yanktonsd.com.
Car troubles never happen at a convenient time. Whether you find yourself with a flat tire, dead battery, breakdown, or in an accident, call Gary's Towing. They've been helping drivers in the Yankton area for over 50 years with light, medium, and heavy towing. Family owned and operated Gary's Towing is the name you can count on, day or night. Call Gary, Mike, or Mason at 605-665-4351. Gary's Towing, where experience means reliability.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN TV. Bottom of inning number 2. Yankton already finds themselves up by 4. A 4-0 lead over the Pierre Governors here in your Yankton baseball season opener. Throw down to second base, though, means we are ready to go for the bottom of the second inning. Yankton almost went through the lineup in their first half inning. Score 4 runs. And it's actually 8/9 of the lineup saw the plate in the first inning. Brett Taggart, the 9-hitter, will lead things off. Then top of the order, Beck Reichen on deck. Sam Goki in the hole. First pitch to Taggart, misses the zone for ball 1.
Yeah, in the bottom part of the lineup, getting it done in that first inning, Brayden. 2 hits there between Boomsma and Weir that led to 4 runs.
And you look at it, when I talked to head coach Drew Lawrence last week for a little season preview before the Beersford game, Josh, as that one misses for a 2-0 count. He mentioned the 5 returners as senior leaders for this team: Beck Reichen, Sam Goki, Easton Fieser, Gavin Johnson, and Tate Bestie. Those 5 guys were your first 5 hitters, so definitely leading with that senior leadership. As Taggart takes that one off the back, he's tagged, pun intended, and he'll go over to first base after being hit by a pitch.
Yeah, hit on that one. That's Danberg's second hit batter of the game there with that one, and now a runner on base here again for the Bucks in the bottom of the second.
Couple different players playing pitch and catch over in the bullpen right now for Pierre. Can't see exactly who's warming up, but here's a situation the Governor's keeping an eye on. Leadoff runner here is Taggart, a guy that I don't believe played at the varsity level for the high school last year. As Reichen shows bunt, pitch high, gets away from the catcher. Taggart's going to take off for second, and he'll swipe a bag. Takes the turn, but he'll also back. And that mistake on the wild pitch, a little high there, leads to you erase the potential double play ball, and you also put a runner in scoring position.
And he was getting a pretty healthy lead off there. Yankton was looking to bunt there. They had Reichen looking to bunt potentially, so I think that was going down either way. But the wild pitch, obviously, Yankton will take here, and like you said, a runner in scoring position now.
4 runs and a runner in scoring position already for Yankton, but only 2 hits to show for it, so kind of shows you it's been self-inflicted wounds early on for Pierre, but big strike there for Danberg to even the count back up at 1-1.
Yeah, and he's got a battle here. You know, it's first game of the season. Sometimes you're going to have your struggles there as you're kind of getting into the thick of things. It doesn't help when you're playing a good lineup like Yankton has, but yeah, just trying to find things. He throws this one over second.
And that one goes into center field as well. Taggart's going to go 3. They're going to hold him at 3. Third base coach Drew Lawrence, the head coach over there in the third base box. Trey Creer over in the first base coaching box. But Taggart moving from first to third on some mistakes from the Pierre Governors.
Yeah, and that one just a little wild. This made me think of this Trey Creer. I actually talked to his uncle last week, and I was in Alta. He's got a lot of Alta family over there. I was talking to his uncle Scott last week.
Alta ran by the Creers and the Boelters is what I'm hearing.
That's what they're saying. I was over helping my grandpa with some yard work because he's in his mid-80s, and we were getting some stuff. He still did a lot himself, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I ran into his uncle just this last weekend actually.
It's funny how small of a world we really live in.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 2-1 count here to Beck Reichen. As Danberg will fire this pitch home, tipped by Reichen, fouled back into the glove for strike 2. Now, if that would have been the third strike, Reichen would have been out, but 2-2 still the count.
Like the old song says, 3 strikes, you're out.
But what if you weren't?
That'd be pretty cool.
Anyway, here's the 2-2 home from Danberg, and Riken pops this one up in foul territory. That one's going to leave the stadium here at Riverside out of play.
Now, you'll have to remind me, is there a deal for kids if they get foul balls? I remember a lot of places have different things. Like, I thought, wasn't it a quarter? Maybe
It has been everything from a quarter up to $2 at times here at Riverside Field, but we had I was always told that it was a anonymous benefactor who started the $2 foul ball program.
Gotcha.
I don't know. They can anonymously benefact me if they want with money. I'd appreciate that. But that one's fouled off over our heads and out of play for a 2-2 count. It remains.
I was gonna say, I know our high school did free ices if you brought foul balls over. So I just see kids tackling each other anytime there's a ball game going on, trying to get that free icy.
You can't get ices involved, man.
I might no, I'm not gonna tackle a kid, I promise. But
we're past that point in life. And Riken back up the middle, goes off the pitching mound, kicks left to the shortstop, over to first in time. Riken is out, but another run does score for the Bucks as Taggart comes across home plate. 5-0. Yankton leads with one out here in the bottom of the second. Bases empty now for Sam Goki.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there. I mean, just able to get it in play over to shortstop, enough to bring the runner home there. Like you said, another run on the scoreboard here for the Bucks.
Wind dies down a little bit. I turn on our crowd mic, and it immediately starts to pick up again. And Goki picks up right where he left off from last season. He got on base in his first at-bat by a hit by pitch. Now a single into left field. That's going to bring up Easton Fieser for his second at-bat of the day. Runner on first with one down here for the Bucks.
Yeah, just a nice piece of hitting. First pitch swinging on that one there for the third baseman, Sam Goki, and just knocking it right in between the gap there. It's short and third, and getting on base.
Danberg checks the runner at first. Goki now comes set on the mound. The pitch bounces in front of the plate. Good block behind the plate by Sunshine. As one of the Pierre coaches is walking over to the bullpen now. I wonder if they're going to say someone get dialed in here for sure.
And you got to think they're thinking about that, obviously, at this point. With kind of a rough outing here, obviously, for Danberg.
Sometimes this happens. First game of the season, you got to knock off the rust. Danberg's a very good pitcher. I don't think this game really encapsulates the kind of pitcher he is, and especially from my conversation or our conversations. You've also talked to him on the broadcast, but John Winkler said that this is a good player for this Pierre Governors team. Just a rough outing to start. Here's the 2-0 home for Danberg, and Fieser rips it into right field. That splits the gap between first and second for a base hit. They're going to hold Goki at second base, so station to station go the Bucks. 2 runners on with 1 out for Gavin Johnson.
Yeah, and all of a sudden that top of the lineup for Yankton getting a couple hits here with Goki and Fieser. And like you said, now bringing up the cleanup man, the catcher, Gavin Johnson. See what he can do. He did walk in the first inning.
If he draws a walk here, it would load the bases for Yankton. Danberg on game changer, up to 46 pitches thrown here.
That's what I have, too, on our scoreboard here.
Swung through and missed there for Johnson for strike one. That was pitch number 47.
Although I do have to apologize. I am running technology, and it appears I accidentally turned the pitch count off on our scoreboard. I have fixed it, though. You can see it there now, I promise.
The on and off, I've messed with that scoreboard before for Mount Marty. The on and off switch for the show pitches is right next to the +1 for the pitch count.
Yep.
So I understand.
It happened. Well, pitch count is back up. If you're keeping track at home and I'm off, please yell at me, or don't, or yell at Brayden. One of us, preferably Brayden. I'm just here.
It's my fault. It's always my fault. It's
Brayden's fault that I accidentally turned off the pitch count.
Oh, I asked you to be here, so here's the 1-1 home. Well, hold that as the runner starts to dance off a second. Now the 1-1 home. Johnson grounded to the shortstop. 6-4, trying to turn 2. They won't turn 2. A diving save over at first, though. Runners at the corners as Johnson reaches first base on the fielder's choice.
Yeah, good job to beat that out, though, and avoiding the double play. But now Yankton down to their last out of the inning.
Yeah, Gavin Johnson kind of breaks that stigma of catchers who can't run.
Wow.
Very, very good athlete. We saw him play an integral role of the Yankton Bucks defense in football back in the fall. I believe an injury cut his season short, but good to see him back at 100% for the Bucks baseball season.
Yeah, I was going to say, all due respect to this player, but 90-year-old Yadi Molina, he is not over there.
No disrespect to
a legend.
Quite possibly top 3 catcher all time. People have him higher. Defensively, top catcher all time, probably.
That's very big of you as a Cubs fan to say that. I'm proud of you.
It hurt. But who am I going to put out there? Giovanni Soto?
Now I'm just trying to think of random. Ross. Why am I blanking on his first? David Ross. Yeah, former manager, too.
Hey, Miguel Montero hit that big fly against the Dodgers in the 2016 DS. Don't you forget about that. Here's the 1-0. Runner goes to second. The throw down. Not in time. It's a double steal coming home from third base. Tag out at home. Sam Goki tried to slide in. And I think Drew Lawrence here is going to want to have a conversation with the home plate umpire because from the look of his reaction, I think he thought that the catcher stepped in the way of Goki's slide, which you can't really do before you have the ball. But we'll see here. That seems to be what Lawrence is pointing at. But that is the final out of the inning. 5-0 your score. 1 run does come across on 2 hits, 1 error for Pierre in that half inning. We go to the top of the third in a 5-0 ball game. Yankton leads. We're back in 1 minute here on KYNT, KYN-TV.
If there's a fire or water where it shouldn't be, that's scary.
But I know who to call to fix it. FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration.
They repair fire damage, water problems, and even mold.
They also clean carpets and air ducts too. When disaster strikes, or just in time for a deep clean, trust FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration. With 24/7 emergency service, we proudly serve southeastern South Dakota and northeastern Nebraska, including Yankton, Mitchell, Norfolk, and Sioux Falls. If your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech.
Imagine paid vacation, sick leave, holidays, and full medical coverage the moment you start a new job. Plus quarterly profit sharing, 5% 401k match, and a company-paid retirement plan. Your first day on the job. With Parker of Yankton, you don't have to imagine, because all these benefits begin day one. We are hiring assemblers, material handlers, and line operation techs for both shifts. Don't mind working nights? Enjoy a pay differential of $235. If you're looking to upgrade your career and have day one benefits, apply today at parker.com.
Parker, engineering your success.
Richard Babcock will lead things off, the left-handed hitter for the Pierre Governors. As we start the top of inning number 3 here on KYNT and KYN-TV, Yankton leads 5-0 here. 4 runs in the bottom of the first, just 1 in the bottom of the second. And now Pierre trying to cut into that deficit here. Boston Frick into his 3rd inning of work on the mound, gets ahead in the count 0-1, forcing a foul ball off the end of the bat of Babcock.
Yeah, and a healthy pitch count so far for Boston Frick. Only 20 pitches through 2 innings. Got a couple strikeouts. That as well. Only give up another hit as he gets an early 0-2 lead here on Babcock.
Feels like Boston Frick started every inning with an 0-2 count at some point. Maybe just 0-1 last inning, but gets over with the first pitch strike every inning so far. And that allows him to play with his foot a little bit, try to force something outside the zone to get a swing and some weak contact. Doesn't get a swing there as he throws it outside the zone for ball 1 to Babcock, but a 1-2 count now. And Babcock's going to take that 1-2 into left field. Had some curve on that one and into the glove of the left fielder, Carter Boomsma. The wind might have played a factor on that one, Josh. A heavy slice. Looked like one of my golf swings.
Absolutely. Same for me, too. But, yeah, it looked initially like that was going to go out towards center. Took a mad curve on that one. And shout out to the left fielder there, like you said, Carter Boomsma, out there to make a nice play and adjust to and get the out.
1 up, 1 down here for the Governors in the top of inning number 3. And a first pitch strike here to start things off in this at-bat for Boston Frick.
And once again, another first pitch strike, though, like you said, attacking batters early, aggressive on the bump so far.
The 0-1 gets him swinging for strike number 2 here. This is Scheffelbein at the plate. Scheffelbein, the leadoff hitter in the lineup. So back to the top of the order for Pierre.
And he did strike out in his first appearance, one of 2 strikeouts that Frick has on the mound today.
Don't get the punch out there for Frick as he misses a little outside and high for ball 1. The 1-2 inside there to Scheffelbein. Don't know if Frick wanted that to break more and sneak that with a front door breaking ball, but did not get the break he wanted for ball 2.
Yeah, and Scheffelbein battling back real quick here. Started down 0-2, and he said evened up the count there with that take.
2-2 home. Scheffelbein puts this one into shallow center field. Bestie on his horse, dives for it, can't get there. The right fielder, Taggart's going to come across and get there. Taggart, heads-up play coming all the way over from right field and getting on top of that ball. They'll keep Scheffelbein at first, and we know from other sports for Pierre, Scheffelbein has quite the set of wheels on him.
He can move.
He can move. So to keep him at first base is crucial there for Yankton. But a one-out base knock for Carter Scheffelbein, his first hit of the game.
Yeah, and like you said, good job by Taggart there. Looked for a second there. Scheffelbein was taken off for 2. Gets held up there by the right fielder. And now, see how Frick responds with Stozer at the plate.
Stoser. At the plate, like you said. Took ball 1 for a 1-0 count. Throw over to first, not there in time. There's a discrepancy between the scoreboard out in center field and a game changer. Stoser got on base with his first at-bat. Game changer ruled that an error. The scoreboard out in center field says it was a hit. So every time we check center field, we got to make a mental note, Josh, that that's one more hit than you got to take the subtraction out real quick. You got to, you take my 66 2/3%. Anyway.
Isn't it crazy, though, in baseball, like how one person deems it a hit, another person says, not so much. It's kind of, difference of opinions and what people saw on the play.
At the end of the day, I think Stoser was just happy he got on base.
He got on
the first
base,
base runner of the game for Pierre. It's a 2-1 count now to Stoser with a runner on first, and back-to-back pitches inside for Boston Frick, trying to work the inner half, but he's been leaving these a little too close for comfort for these Pierre batters.
Yeah, a couple inside there. And going back to Stoser for a second there, you know what I think he'll say? You know what did go up, though? That OBP.
OBP always goes up. Shout out Colin Schering from back home. Here's the 3-1. In there for a strike, and Stoser was taken on. He's taken on the way there, taps himself on the helmet with the bat. I don't think they suggest that, but whatever gets you going. Full count now from Frick. And that one, inside ball 4. Stoser turned out of danger there. Out of the 4 balls, I think 3 of them missed inside. So we'll see if Frick can kind of dial that in. But with 2 runners on and 1 down, it's a good opportunity for Pierre to cut into this 5-run deficit they faced. It is Sutton, Sun, and Shine up to the plate to start things off with this situation, I should say.
And we'll see what the center fielder can do here, or the catcher. If I could read my lineup card here, but the catcher looking to make something happen here with a runner in scoring position.
He swings through strike 1, so it's an 0-1 count here from Boston Frick. And there for strike number 2. It's an 0-2 count here. And this is where Frick has been at his most effective, is when he's able to get ahead in the count, get guys down 0-2, 1-2 in the count.
And he's been trying to clip that inside corner a few times. Was able to get it on that one to get that 0-2 count.
Here's the 0-2 home from Frick. Didn't clip the inside corner there. And he's saying it hit him. We're going to take a look at this again in your Vision Care Associates replay to see how close this gets. The ability of slow-mo here, we can slow this down for you on KYN TV. It's close, and a situation where it's that close,
well,
I don't know why Sun and Shy would. I think they're saying he turned into it.
Yeah, turned in is what I think they're saying, and I caught over down at third base. I heard he can't turn in like this, and kind of did the move. So I think that's what they're discussing there on that one.
And it is a fine line. It is umpire's discretion if you're turning into the pitch or trying to turn away from it.
Tough to tell.
He kind of drops the front shoulder, but can't pay me enough to be an umpire. That one misses the zone for a 2-2 count now. Sun and Shine has worked the count back to 2-2 after going down 0-2 to start things. Here's the 2-2 home from Frick. Sun and Shine, foul ball near the Pierre bullpen. And they had a couple guys warming up, throwing over there in the last half inning, but no action now. So we'll see if it's a fresh pitcher or they keep going with Danberg in the top of the third, or the bottom of the third here. This is the top of inning number 3 on KYNT and KYN TV. Thank you for joining us this afternoon for Yankton Bucks baseball in their season opener. Yankton leads 5-0 here in the top of 3. And that one, there's not much debate about that one. That one caught him flush. And Sun and Shine will go to first base. Bases are loaded now for the Governors. Lone bright side, I guess, for Yankton. There is one out. You can get a double play ball and get out of the inning, but Boston Frick going to have to pitch delicately here, as now coming up to the plate is the cleanup hitter, Hudson Schaefer.
Yeah, and Schaefer did strike out in his first at-bat. I know Frick would take that here in this situation, but a real jam here. One out, bases loaded. We'll see if Frick can get out of this one.
First pitch from Frick. Inside for a ball. And we're going to get a timeout here, a mound visit from the head coach. This break in the action, courtesy of Kaiser Heating and Cooling. When it comes to heating and cooling, be the wiser. Go with Kaiser. That's Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. We have, there's been a running joke on Yankton baseball broadcast that Drew Lawrence has a Miyagi-like presence out on the mound. He usually gets pitchers to settle down really easily, so we'll see if that's something similar here.
Yeah, and I think this is a good spot to do it. I'm almost surprised he didn't do it after that last pitch with the hit-by-pitch, but either way, take the time out here, and I think, give Frick a chance to reset and settle back into things.
Wonder if the coaching in that moment is just, hey, let's work him away.
Yeah.
Haven't been able to really hit the spot inside. Maybe try working away, set that back up for an inside pitch later. Either way, Boston Frick still on the mound. Here's the 1-0 home from him. And early indicators say it was a successful conversation on the mound as strike one.
Yeah, nice pitch there. Just right up the middle, get a strike, and even up the count.
Here's the 1-1 home. That one working inside again, and it was pretty close.
Yeah, and obviously if you're Pierre here, you can flip this game on ahead. You find yourselves down 5-0 here, but with bases loaded and only one out, you can do some real damage here and cut into that lead with a base hit.
If you're the Governors, knowing that Frick's having trouble spotting his pitches inside, maybe you set up more to take an outside pitch the other way. As the 2-1 home, fouled off, and back behind the plate for strike two.
A lot of pitches for Frick this inning, 24 so far. He came into the inning with only 20 pitches thrown in those first two frames.
Heavy workload here for Boston Frick, and the 2-2 now home. That one does work outside. Good block from Gavin Johnson behind the plate. Keeps all the runners where they are. First, second, and third. Bases loaded here for the Governors.
Yeah, full count. Nowhere for Frick to put him either. Obviously, a walk will result in a run here for the Governors.
And I'll tell you, Josh, shout out to duct tape, man.
Yeah, or as I call it today, my paperweight for all my notes.
3-2 pitch misses low and away for ball 4. And the first run of the game for the Pierre Governors as they work a bases-loaded walk. 5-1 your score here in the top of inning number 3. Boston Frick still trying to work out of a jam here.
Yeah, I've been struggling with control here in this inning, Brayden. Just trying to find his way out and get an out here if he can. But that's the second time gone from 2-2 to have a situation with either a hit by pitch or a walk batter.
First pitch in there for strike one, and acknowledgement from his catcher, Gavin Johnson, as well. And Boston Frick's a guy where Coach Lawrence has shown faith in his pitchers quite often, where even if they get themselves into trouble, if they're able to steady the ship, he'll set sail with them again the next inning, no problem. And the 0-1 misses outside there for a ball. 1-1 count now from Frick. Frick nearing the 50-pitch mark. Here's the 1-1 home. Misses low for a ball. 2-1 count now. At the plate is Porter Hunsley. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Depending on which scorebook you prefer, had either the first or second hit of the game for Pierre. Here's the 2-1 home.
No, I think he's just hoping for one here, but Frick in danger of walking a second straight batter with bases loaded.
And no action in the pen, so Coach Lawrence letting him work out of it here. And as I say that, they're checking down the line in the dugout. They might be sending someone over there. But a 3-1 home for Boston Frick. Chopper towards the shortstop, up with its right and over to second in time. 6-4, can't get the 3. A fielder's choice RBI there for Hunsley. And that cuts another run into the lead. 5-2 your score now. Yankton up 3 here in the top of the third, but they do get one out.
Yeah, and I think both sides are okay with that. Either way, you sacrifice an out, but you get a run there. And for Yankton, you get an out that you kind of desperately need. It felt like things maybe on the mound losing a little bit of control, but Frick gets an out there, and we'll see if that gets him back on track.
Frick just misses inside there for a ball, 1-0 count. Mentioned it earlier, Frick now over the 50 pitch mark. For those, maybe need a refresher for high school rules, 105 is the absolute maximum you can throw on a given day. As that one hits the zone for strike one, it's a 1-1 count. Well, I say absolute maximum. It's 105, and then you can finish the batter. So the absolute maximum is, in theory, infinite, but still.
And, we talked about 33 pitches this inning for Frick. Make that 34 as that gets in the gap.
Yeah, that's a shot out into left field, a base knock, a RBI single. Third run of this half inning for the Governors. They've cut it down to a 2-run deficit. Check that. It's a 1-run deficit here. Oh, okay, good. I thought they put 2 runs on. I thought I missed something there. 5-3 your score.
Don't worry, your KYN TV scoreboard operator was staying strong on 5-3.
You're standing on business, as the kids say. Or as the kids at one point said. They've probably changed their lingo by now. First pitch in there for a strike from Boston Frick. I believe this is Jaron Deal at the plate now.
I believe the new lingo you're looking for is 6-7.
No, I don't think that applies here.
It applies to everything. That's what I've been told, and nothing.
Here's a shot to the third baseman, in and out of the glove of Goki. Reichen picks it up and fires across, but not in time. Deal beats it out. A well-hit ground ball in and out of the glove of Goki at third. Reichen able to back up the play, but not able to get the out at first. Bases loaded once again here for the Governors. And now the tying run on second, the go-ahead run on first. This has been quite the top of the third for Pierre.
Yeah, getting something going here and have a chance really to get right back in. They are back in it, but, a chance to maybe even tie this game with another base knock.
That one in the zone for strike one. This is Aiden Johnson at the plate, the right fielder. I believe the 8th Pierre batter to come to the plate so far. Actually, he is the 9th batter. He is rounding out the order, but he swings through strike 2 there. There's 3 runners on, 3 runners across, and 2 runners out. This would be the 9th batter of the inning. Bridger Babcock, who led us off, is in the on-deck circle. Boston Frick would love to see him next inning to get this final out here.
Yeah, 1 strike away from getting out of this as he throws a ball inside.
Yeah, leaves that one inside, and a couple calls of wear it from the Pierre bench. Wanted Johnson to stand in on that one, but got out of danger there. Here's the 1-2 home from Frick. In there, strike 3 looking. Set him down with a backwards K, but damage done by the Pierre Governors. 3 runs come across on 3 hits. No errors for Yankton, but 3 runners do get stranded on the base paths. 5-3 your score as we head to the bottom of inning number 3 here on KYNT and KYN-TV. We're coming back with the Yankton Bats in 60 seconds.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Core Trust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from Core Trust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit coretrustbank.com today.
Member FDIC.
Introducing the all-new Glow Vitality Bar at Glow Aesthetics Med Spa. Quick, effective in-office injections and IV therapies designed to support energy, immunity, recovery, and overall wellness in minutes. From NAD+ and glutathione for cellular support and glow, to B complex boosts, hydration drips, and fast-acting nausea or pain relief. We make feeling better simple and convenient. Need a quick energy reset? Recovering from travel or a long week? It's time to glow. Glow Vitality Bar at Glow Aesthetics Med Spa.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN TV. Throw down to second means we are ready to go for the bottom of the third. Yankton led 5-0 at the start of this inning, but a 3-run top half for the Governors now makes it just a 2-run ball game. Yankton trying to get back out and push their lead up again. It's Tate Bestie to lead things off. Carter Boomsma in the on-deck circle.
Yeah, and a good response there from the Governors. Find themselves in that 5-0 hole, able to respond and get right back into this game.
Here's a chopper to the right side of the infield, in and out of the glove of the second baseman, but still able to recover and get it to first in time for out number 1. Brings Carter Boomsma now to the dish. Had a 2 RBI single, advanced to second on the throw. Back in the first inning.
Yeah, this bottom of the lineup really effective so far, and kind of the difference in this game. You talked about it, 4 RBIs between him and Christian Weir in that first inning.
It is Weir in the on-deck circle as swinging through that first pitch there for Boomsma. It was Stoser over at second base, by the way, who had that 4-3 put out. Good concentration from him even after the initial bobble. Didn't panic. Here's the 0-1 home from Danberg. Bounces that one. Boomsma holds off for ball 1.
And just lost a little bit of control, maybe held on to the ball a little bit too long there and went into the backstop. Wind's still staying strong. You said 6 o'clock was the latest weatherman prediction?
Oh, weatherman probably pushed it to 7 as this one's up into center field for another base knock for Carter Boomsma. Another single into center field. Has been really good at the return to sender so far today for Boomsma. 2 for 2 at the plate.
Yeah, that's been kind of the theme. Carter Boomsma with 2 hits now, and we still see Christian Weir coming up to the plate. That's where he put it as well, like you said. And Yankton hitting up the middle early here.
See what Weir has here with the runner on first. Danberg comes down on the mound, fires home. Misses the zone there for ball 1. Update for, I know a lot of fans in the local area keeping an eye on the Iowa Hawkeyes in the Elite 8. I get a thumbs down from my co-commentator here.
Oh, I'm half thumbs down. I'm more so I have a faulty charger on my technology right now. Admittedly, I'm twisting it because sometimes it kicks in. That is what I'm doing.
We are scoring Nebraska fans here in the booth. That being said, Iowa leads by 1. The latest update I have in their Elite 8 matchup with Illinois. Bennett Sturtz, surprise, surprise, 15 points in the first half for him, 6 for 8 from the field. As we wait for Danberg here to deliver the first pitch to Christian Weir. And Weir on the ground to the second baseman, up with it, bobbled at second, and both runners are going to be safe. Boomsma safe at second, Weir safe at first. 2 runners on now for Brennan Gilmore.
Yeah, just bobbled that one, and we talked about the bobble earlier that led to an out. That time it cost the Governors, and now 2 runners on here, and Yankton in business in this third inning.
It's going to bring Brennan Gilmore to the plate here. Potentially 6th run of the game, 180 feet away out at second base, and Boomsma has got the wheels to get there, even on some shallow contact. Outfielder's playing fairly shallow. It has a lot to do with the wind out here at Riverside Field today. As first pitch strike in there to Gilmore.
Right, it's a different kind of test today. We've seen baseballs that look like they're going out to center field, and the wind kicks it so far all the way out to left. So outfielders got to be on their toes today throughout these 2 games.
Yeah, I know we made the golf joke already, but that one would have hit the 9th fairway from the first hole tee box.
I've done that a few too many times in my life.
1-1 count now to Gilmore as he takes ball 1 there on that pitch. Danberg nearing the 60 pitch mark. 1 away by our count. Here's the 1-1 home. Gilmore takes that one for strike 2. 1-2 count now to the Yankton second baseman. 2 runners on. Brett Taggart on deck, and then in the hole, it's the top of the order, Beck Reichen. Sam Goki waits in the wings for the Bucks. Set for the 1-2 here is Danberg. Runner takes off second to third. It's a hit and run, popped up in foul territory. And Boomsma hustling back to second, just slides in time. Good catch over at first base as well by Babcock. Gets the out, but don't double up Boomsma. That's going to bring up Brett Taggart with 2 down and 2 on here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, heads up by Boomsma there. Obviously he was all the way down and was able to get back in time. Luckily that ball stayed up in the air enough for him and avoids the disaster on that play.
Taggart, I believe, hit by pitch in his first at-bat. Came around to score. Was hit by pitch. Boomsma.
Big lead.
Might as well pack a bag.
Huge lead.
He's already halfway to third. Might as well just get there. But definitely trying to get into the head of Danberg.
He had already typed in third base over on the GPS. That he was halfway there.
Danberg staring down Boomsma at second. Now looks home, sneaks another glance, now fires, and Taggart gets underneath this one. High infield pop-up, drifting into foul territory. Sun and Shine calls everybody off. It's the catcher who will glove it for out number 3. 2 runners get stranded on for Yankton. No runs come across as Pierre hangs their first goose egg of the game. We head to the top of the 4th in a 5-3 ball game. Yankton leads by 2 here on KYNT, KYN-TV. Back in 1 minute with your 4th inning.
Buying a home isn't just about real estate. It's about investing in yourself. At the Move Group, we believe the best time to buy is when it makes sense for you. Our expert agents put people before transactions, meaning we listen first, provide honest guidance, and help you make a confident decision. No pressure, no gimmicks. Markets change, but the right home is about more than just numbers. It's about finding the right fit for your life and your future. When you're ready, we're here to help. Contact the Move Group today.
FM 1021 and AM 1450 KYNT.
Yankton. Loading the kids in the car. Brokering peace in the back seat. Mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT and RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. Visit mtrcsmithinsurance.com.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Pitching change after the first 3 innings. Beck Reichen now steps onto the mound. He comes in from shortstop. Boston Frick, his day is done. And the new man at shortstop is Jackson Kudera. Looking out there on the field, everybody else stays the same. Boomsma, Bestie, Taggart in the outfield. Goki, Gilmore, Fieser in the infield. Reichen steps into the battery with Gavin Johnson. But Josh, a very impressive season last year in the high school year for Beck Reichen on the mound.
Yeah, he started 7 games, pitched in 9, 44 and a third innings pitched. He had an 0.63 ERA, 37 strikeouts on top of that. This guy was nails on the mound, and 7-1 win-loss record as well. He's going to take over in this game.
And he immediately calls his third baseman Sam Goki into action, up with it across the diamond. And the bat pulled him off the bag. Fieser couldn't toe tap the bag. A rare mistake there for Sam Goki. And that's going to be a leadoff error, putting the runner on first.
And, he's had a couple of those weird hoppers early here in this game, and that one threw him off just enough for the throw there and a runner on base for the Governors.
Call it wishful thinking, Josh, but I think the wind is dying down.
Yeah, just a little bit. Still sticking around, but maybe the weatherman was right this time.
We'll get a update here as soon as my weather app updates. It's an 0-1 count here. This one popped up out of play, making it an 0-2 count now.
And Reichert throwing strikes early. That's what you expect, like we talked about. Really good pitcher last year and looking to continue that. 37 strikeouts last year and maybe looking at another one here on an 0-2 count.
The weatherman keeps pushing it back. It's now expected to really drop off a cliff around 8.
Sure it is. They kind of just keep pushing it back a couple
It
hours.
is definitely better than when we started. It was gusting near 35 when we got here today, Josh, to start our pregame. Now it's gusting around 24. As a punch out there for Beck Reichen. His first punch out of the season. That's going to bring Hunston Stozier to the plate.
And as you can see out in the outfield, the center field camera is still standing.
You can see it on KYN TV too.
Yes,
it's a walking advertisement for duct tape right now. I want that to be clear.
Yeah, and yes, that was a Ghostbusters reference, by the way. The Flowers are still standing. Is that one? Thank goodness for a net. Otherwise, probably would have taken me out on that foul ball.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how many times that happens.
Yeah, from the couple games I was able to do last year, yeah, absolutely. With that, as I think Hudson Stozer just maybe not a Ghostbusters fan. He heard me make that reference and said, no, thank you.
This one popped up, and that one's over our heads. And probably out on the street, considering it didn't hit a roof here in the press box, courtesy of the Fairfield by Marriott and Holiday Inn Express in Yankton. Great rates, flexible reservation changes by calling either Hotel Direct.
Always the 1% chance it hit one of our cars. Doubt it, but maybe.
I'm going to start walking here. That one misses high near the bill of the helmet for ball one. Riken, Josh, you went over his stats earlier. Dominant pitcher last season for the Bucks. Expected to be a top of the rotation guy this year, but misses that one high over the top of the head. Good snag there by Gavin Johnson. Keeps the runner at first base.
Yeah, great recovery there. I thought he was going to be able to take a bag off that, but yeah, high pitch, but good snag there by the catcher, Gavin Johnson.
Still Babcock over at first. 2-2 into left field, a base hit. First hit given up for Beck Riken, as it was ruled an error that got Babcock to first. Throw in back quickly, so station to station go the Governors. First and second now for Pierre, tying run at first base. Go ahead run coming to the plate. I know it's just the fourth inning, but it's about halfway point. We're down to brass tacks here in this 7-inning game.
Riken battling out there, couple hits here in this inning, couple runners on, and just trying to get out of a jam here. Obviously, he is one of their top-end pitchers looking here, but, you know, first game, sometimes things can be off, and right now giving up a couple hits here.
2 runners on, 1 down, and first pitch swinging there is Sun and Shine, but can't get a piece of it for strike 1.
Yeah, nice pitch there. Put a little bit extra on that one to get the swing and the miss and start the count off early. Him very similar to Frick in a sense, are attacking the zone early, going for strikes and trying to get up in the count early and often.
Riken comes set for the 0-1. Staring down the runner at second before coming home. Lazy pop up in the infield, but bounces foul. Neither Riken nor Fieser could get there before it dropped, so foul ball.
And another one of those that kind of took a weird angle curve on it. I thought for sure that was going to be in play, and then it kind of went out there. The wind helping on that one as well.
Riken comes set, working on the stretch. He'll step off, look everybody back to their bags, reset everything. Now set again for the 0-2. Riken usually likes to work quickly on the mound. See that quite often with a lot of Yankton pitchers. As that one fouled back into the net out of play. Count remains 0-2 to Sun and Shine.
Yeah, and he's been getting 0-2 counts on, I believe, on outside of his first, the first at bat of this inning. But other than that, just attacking early and not able to close the deal quite yet outside of that one strikeout, but looking to do so again here.
Leaves that one outside. Couldn't get him to chase. Might reset the sight line there for Sun and Shine as well. See if Riken works back inside here in this pitch. Looks like Johnson's going to set up outside here. So I turn into a golf announcer. And that one fouled off back into the net.
And these batters doing a good job of staying alive here against Riken. Sun and Shine, he started out 0-2 and takes a ball and gets a foul pitch there as well.
I made that same joke to Tell yesterday on the Mount Marty broadcast, but I never want to say it too loud when I'm mentioning what the catcher's doing. I don't want to give anybody an advantage. As fires home, Riken foul tipped. Still a 1-2 count. Didn't get enough of that one, but got enough to stay alive there for Sun and Shine.
It just barely. You could hear the little tink of the bat on the ball on that one. Yeah, like you said, just barely staying alive on that one.
See if the wind is kind enough to have our crowd mic on for a little bit here. The 1-2 might be able to catch the ting of the bat. 1-2 home from Riken. Too high. Ball 2. 2-2 count now from Riken to Sun and Shine. Sun and Shine at the plate right now means that it's Schaefer on deck, Hunsley in the hole, O'Brien waits in the wings for Pierre. 5-3 your score here in the top of inning number 4. 1 down, 2 runners on. Sun and Shine pops this one up and out of play.
Yeah, and and staying alive once again, just fouling off pitches, staying alive, taking some good looks on some balls as well, and like I said, just keeping this at bat alive.
And this one on the ground to the right side of the infield. Gilmore up with it to second, 4-6, can't get it to first, and it's away from Fieser. The run's going to come home from third. A throwing error there scores the run. Sun and Shine would have been safe at first anyway on the fielder's choice. But another run comes across for the Pierre Governors. It's now 5-4 after an early deficit in the bottom of the second inning. The Governors have got back within a run.
Yeah, and that's one of those just trying to make a play turn two and get out of the jam. And unfortunately, just a little bit of an errant throw there and leads to another run for the Governors. Battling all the way back here. Like you said, we're down 5-0, and now all of a sudden down just one here.
Reichen, first pitch of this at-bat, in there for strike one to Schaefer. As the error is credited to Jackson Kudera. Young player for this Bucks team, just a sophomore, making, I almost said his first varsity start. Didn't start the game, came in as Reichen stepped on the mound in relief. But throwing a young guy like Kudera right out there at shortstop position, who's traditionally captain of the infield. You know all about that as a Yankees fan.
Yeah, I've seen a captain or two in my day for the Yankees, just a couple.
The 1-1 pitch is fouled off, overhead's out of play, but all that being said, is a lot of trust being shown in Kudera as a young player. Usually the left side of that infield at the high school level, those are your best defenders traditionally. You usually come up against right-handed hitters who like to pull the ball.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things. Shortstops a lot of times can play just about any position on the field, so it's kind of a testament if you're at that spot over there as that pitch goes low for a ball.
Yeah, 2-2 count now. And is it the Padres right now who are kind of doing that? There's stockpiling shortstops and making them play elsewhere.
Jackson Merrill, Fernando Tatis, Cronenworth, I believe, was a shortstop at one point. Xander Bogaerts as well.
Here's a chopper to the third baseman. Goki takes his time and gets it across the diamond. Good scoop at first by Easton Fieser. Stops the run at just one. But 5-4 your score. Pierre draws a little bit closer here in the top of the fourth inning. Yankton will look to pull away again when we come back in 60 seconds. This is Yankton Bucks Baseball. KYNT, KYN-TV, Bucks at bat when we come back.
At Vision Care Associates, we're always improving our technology for the health of your eyes. With Optomap dilation-free exams, you get a comprehensive view of your retina without the need for dilation eye drops. It's quick, easy, and best of all, it keeps your day interruption-free. Optomap captures a detailed image of your eye, helping to detect any problems. No blurriness, no discomfort, just clear, precise results. Book your Optomap exam now.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Save time and shop online at Hy-Vee. Enjoy the same low prices and great deals online as in store. It's fast and easy. Just shop groceries from our app or online. Choose a pickup or delivery time that fits your schedule. And done. Plus, you can create and save grocery lists, browse weekly deals and coupons, and earn fuel savers. Whatever you need, wherever you are, just one click away. Save time and shop online today at Hy-Vee. Some restrictions apply.
Dan Berg back out on the mound for another inning of work for the Pierre Governors here. Bottom of inning number 4. Obviously had a tough start to the game, but has really settled in and I think shown more of what we expected from him on the mound coming in. Giving up 4 runs in the first inning wasn't ideal, but only 1 run since and hung a 0 in the last half inning. We'll see if Yankton can change that here in the bottom of inning number 4 here on KYNT and KYN-TV.
Yeah, and Yankton trying to get something going here. Like you said, up 5-0 at one point now. 5-4 is that first pitch is a ball. Trying to get some offense going to give their pitching some insurance when they get back on the mound.
Well, the guy at the plate right now is currently the pitcher. So trying to give himself some insurance is Beck Reichen.
And he does have an RBI in this game in the second.
And he sends this one hard. Shot on the ground to the third baseman. Up with it in time. One hops past the first baseman. We've seen a lot of errors today on throws across the diamond, but heads up back up there from a Sun and Shine all the way from behind the plate down to the first baseline. Able to keep Beck Reichen at first, but we've seen multiple errors. And I know it's early in the season. It's a little chilly out there with the wind chill right now. That's not helping. Guys are probably just those are plays that we'll see made a little more probably May and June than we see in late March, early April.
Right, and I think it is a combination of those things. First game, weather's a little off. You're going to see some things happen like that here in these early stages of the season.
That one bounces away on the pitch, gets away from Sun and Shine, so Reichen will scoot to second, takes away the double play ball, and puts a runner in scoring position for the Bucks here. And Sam Goki, I know we've talked about it a lot, but the kid deserves his flowers. Player of the year last year for high school baseball in the class.
And he's been playing well so far here today on the offensive side. A hit by pitch, had a hit as well in the second, and picking up right where he left off.
Danberg with the 1-0 home. Make it 2-0 as Goki takes ball 2.
And isn't it just crazy? Baseball is a game where like 2 little things can lead to a runner on second like that. And that's exactly what happened there. You have the throw over to first that goes a little wild, and the wild pitch there as well. And all of a sudden Yankton looking to add to their lead.
Here's the 2-0 home. In there for a strike. It's a 2-1 count now to Goki. That one clipped the side of the zone there. Yankees-Giants just had their first pitch, Josh. How are we feeling?
We're feeling pretty good. I told my mom the other night, actually, I watched the game yesterday. They haven't given a run up in 2 games. And I said, Mom, I'm pretty sure that they're not giving up a run this season. She goes, how do you know that? And I go, it's literally the math.
And Goki grounds to the third baseman. Reichen in a rundown. Got tagged by the third baseman. I thought he was able to sneak around him, but it's going to be a fielder's choice that puts Sam Goki on first base. 1 down in the inning as Reichen just kind of got caught out there in no man's land on the ground ball to the left side of the infield.
That's the thing. Got caught cheating on that one. Ground ball didn't go the way for Yankton that they wanted to on that one, obviously. But, yeah, so now all of a sudden, 1 out. You lose that runner that was on second base there, and all of a sudden now you're back to runner on first, and we'll see what Yankton can do here at the plate.
While talking about professional baseball, I just wanted to be clear, I woke up with a smile on my face this morning because my team was playing against Miles Michaelis in the year of 2026.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's never a good sign when he's your day 2 starter. Sorry, Nationals.
If any Nationals fans out there, I do apologize. Only gave up 4 earned. I thought he gave up more in the 10-2 win for the Cubs, but
yeah, it could be worse, I suppose.
PCA gets a big contract, goes 2 for 4. Love to see it. Has back-to-back balls here to Easton Feezer to start this at bat. Miguel Amaya had a great day too. 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, a home run. Batting him in the 9 spot.
And those 9-hitters can be so important, Brayden. You look at if you're able to get on base, turn the lineup over with a guy on as that pitch gets wild behind. And
for the second time here, an errant play puts a runner into scoring position.
Yeah, and just like that, we're kind of back to where we were before the ground ball, before that led to Reichen getting caught at second. He's the first baseman at the plate here, Brayden, working a good count early.
After this pitch, I'll make one last comment about the Cubs, and then I'll drop them. Here's the 3-0. On its way home from Danberg. And it's a 4-pitch walk for Easton Feezer. Runners on first and second now for the Bucks. 1 down in the inning. And that'll bring Gavin Johnson to the plate. But, season was over most of the day yesterday after opening day's loss to the Nationals. But I think the World Series is back on after today's win.
We're back on.
I think we're all the way back.
That interrupts my plans because the Yankees World Series is on. So
we can see each other there.
Yeah, but you see, eventually the plans get interrupted. Someone's plans are getting interrupted here. I know Yankton's plan on wanting to add some more runs here, and we'll see what Pierre's plan to do on the mound here. Looks like that's going to do it for Danberg today.
Yeah, Danberg will take a seat. His day is done. Still responsible for the runners on base, so not a final stat line yet for him, but we're going to go to break here on KYNT and KYN-TV. There's a pitching change out there today. And when we come back in 1 minute, we'll have the new pitcher on the mound for you, get you some information about him. Coming back in 60 seconds, Yankton leads 5-4 in the 4th inning. 2 runners on and 1 down. Back in 1 minute.
Text scams continue to rise, and victims who have lost money to these scams continues to increase. Consumers cannot rely on a text message to be truthful. If you receive a message regarding a fine for missing jury duty, your utilities being shut off for non-payment, toll road fines, or you've won a sweepstakes, these are scams designed with an urgency and the need to send money now. Do not respond to these texts, and you should contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986. That's 800-300-1986 for the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division.
Getting your business noticed starts with the right print. The other day, a customer came into the UPS store Yankton to pick up blueprints we printed for him. While we finished his order, he mentioned needing business cards. At the UPS store, we handle all your printing needs. Stop in and ask about our current print specials. And that customer? We had his new business cards ready the very next business day. Come explore our small business solutions at the UPS store in Yankton.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Riker Edson, the new man on the mound for the Pierre Governors. He gets his first action of the 2026 season here today. Coming in relief, 3 1/3 innings pitched for, Danberg to start things off here.
Yeah, and his final numbers, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, with that three walks as well. And a triple for Cody Bellinger, in case you were wondering.
I'm always wondering what former Cub Cody Bellinger is doing.
We're now looking at Riker Edson here, Brayden, inheriting a bit of a jam, 2 on, 1 out, and see what he can do.
First pitch from Edson to Gavin Johnson, and he wastes no time trying to send that one into left center field, but wind might have brought that one back in a bit. Didn't get the pop I thought he had off the bat. That ends up being a pretty easy catch for the shortstop there, drifting back to near the outfield grass.
Yeah, that was hit well enough. I thought that was going to be a run for Yankton there, but no, just kind of died about halfway through. Good play by the shortstop there to go out and make that happen.
There's Scheffelbein over there at short. 2 down now in the inning. Goki leads off a second. Fieser on first. Tate Bestie steps up to the plate as he will take ball 1. Pretty good crowd on hand here today for the season opener. Fans of the game, courtesy of Triple Time Rudy's. Whatever you drive, be sure to fill up at Triple Time Rudy's. And strike 1 there past Tate Bestie.
Yeah, nice pitch on that one. Just finding the zone, even up the count. Bestie looking to get something going here and add to this Yankton lead. Base hit probably gets a run in.
Here's the 1-1 on its way home from Edson. And Bestie takes it for a ball. 2-1 count now. Yankton's got 5 hits in this game, but none of them for extra bases so far. It's all been singles for the Bucks.
Yeah, a lot of singles in this game, some walks, some errors, a lot of small ball stuff that you'll see here. And that's kind of some of the beauty of some of these games and how things can look different as the strike goes in there, where like some games, obviously you're going to see a lot of doubles and power-type hits. In this game, not quite that so far. But we kind of expected that, though, as well, with how the weather was looking with the strong winds.
2-2 count now to Bestie. 2 runners on, 2 down in the inning. Deuce is wild here for Edson on the mound. He'll fire home the 2-2. Bounces in the left-hand batter's box and gets away from the catcher. Runners move station to station. Second and third go the Bucks. Fieser on second. Goki on third.
And that's big, Brayden. If Bestie's able to get something down here in between a gap or anything like that, it's probably 2 runs for the Bucks. So a big spot here for Bestie looking to add to that Yankton lead.
Here's the payoff pitch home. And Bestie thought it was ball 4. He's upset about it, but he'll walk back to the dugout. He was running down the first base line thinking that was ball 4, but big punch out there for Edson. Strands 2 runners on in scoring possession. Maintains a 1-run deficit. 5-4 your score. Yankton on top as we head to the top of the 5th inning here on KYNT and KYN TV. We're back in 1 minute with your fifth inning of work here from Riverside Field. To glove it and out number 3, a 6-3 putout will end the bottom of the fifth. We go to the top of the game. Yankton leads in TV. We'll come back in 1 minute here from Riverside Field.
It's time to stop making.
Over to Sam Goki at third base today, and over at second too. Happened to Brendan Gilmore a couple times as well. Now Riken here, 2 out, 1 on, trying to get out of this inning. First pitch is called a strike, catches the top of the zone. Sun and Shine, the batter here.
And that one fouled in the net. Out of play for Sun and Shine, 0-2 count now. I tried one more Hail Mary here, getting itself figured out. I do apologize again for our issues on KYN TV, but getting itself figured out. I do apologize again for our issues on KYN TV, but if you're joining us over Welcome back here on KYNT, KYN TV, bottom of inning number 6. Throwdown means we are ready to go as the Yankton Bucks lead the Pierre Governors by 1 in their season opening doubleheader here on KYNT and KYN TV.
And with that, Brett Taggart coming up to the plate here for Yankton.
Number 1. 5-4-year lead for Yankton here in the bottom of the 6th. They'd love to add a little bit of insurance cushion before heading into the top of the 7th, but Yankton is 3 outs away from taking the opening game of our doubleheader today. Here's the second pitch to Taggart. The 0-1 misses low and away for a ball. 1-1 count now. Top of the order is due up after Taggart for Yankton. A field for a base knock. Riken's going to take the turn at second, but he'll pump the brakes. Play for the sophomore. First out of the inning. And that was a tough throw, pretty deep in the hole for Jackson Kudera.
Yeah, great play, able to extend the glove and make a nice throw. You know, he's one of the quarterbacks on the roster for Yankton in the
DIC.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN TV. Just wanted to come back from a break real quick and give you a quick update. We're still working on some internet issues here at Riverside Field, trying to get our live stream up and running. So we still got some time before Game 2 of our doubleheader today. Yankton did win Game number 1 over the Pierre Governors in our doubleheader, a 5-4, a close outing in the opening game, but Yankton comes out on top. We'll see what Game 2 has in store for both these teams. We did get the lineup, so I can give you a little peek behind the curtain. Chase Cooley will be playing on the mound for the Yankton Bucks, and several changes made to the back half of the lineup. Liam Villanueva going to get the start in Game number 2, and Jackson Kudera, after stepping in at shortstop in Game 1, will step in at second base to start Game number 2. But we'll have the rest of that for you in a little bit here, as we're still, like I said, trying to get everything rolling here on KYNT and KYN TV. Thank you so much for being patient with us. Thank you for joining us for Yankton Bucks baseball. We're going to go back to break, come back in a couple minutes, and keep things rolling here from Riverside Field.
Small test, big protection. The general surgeons at Yankton Medical Clinic performed more than 1,900 colonoscopies last year. 1,900 steps towards a healthier community. Screening is simple, safe, and one of the most effective ways to prevent colon cancer. Most patients sleep comfortably through the entire procedure, which usually takes less than 30 minutes. Don't wait until symptoms appear. Call for an appointment today. Plus, the general surgeons are on call and see patients after hours and weekends. Learn more at yanktonmedicalclinic.com. So much care, so close to home.
F&BO is the great big small thing that's ready for all your needs, both big and small. Here to help you earn more, save more, so you can do more every step of the way. It's what you can expect from the great big small bank. F&BO, independent and family owned for 6 generations, and ever so focused on you. Stop by or visit us at fnbo.com. Member FDIC.
In Yankton, community means everything, and at Wilson Trailer, it's the heart of what they do. They're more than manufacturers, they're your neighbors. From sponsoring the Bucks and Gazelles to supporting the next generation of farmers and builders, they're proud to give back to the place they call home. Community. Because when Yankton thrives, we all move forward. Wilson Trailer in Yankton. Learn more at Wilson Community. Because when Yankton thrives, we all move forward. Wilson Trailer in Yankton. Learn more at wilsontrailer.com.
Are you on track to retire? I'm Adam Boelter, a certified financial planner with Vantage Financial, born and raised in Yankton, South Dakota. My team and I pride ourselves on building trust through clear, honest advice tailored to your unique goals. From retirement planning to smart tax strategies, we'll create a personalized plan to help you feel confident and secure about to schedule a 15-minute call today.
Vantage Financial Partners is a registered investment advisor. SEC registration does not constitute an endorsement of Vantage by the SEC, nor does it indicate that Vantage has attained a particular level of skill or ability.
It's time to stop making excuses. The peace of mind you get after a colonoscopy is worth it. It's the best way to prevent and detect one of the deadliest cancers. In fact, your doctor can remove precancerous polyps during the procedure if necessary. Now at avera.org/colon. Now at avera.org/colon.
Tip-off is here and the season's heating up. Whether it's your home, farm, or everyday life, Farmers Union Insurance help you defend against the unexpected and score big on protection. Brendan Hansen and Brandon Tykero at Suite 101B, Morgan Square in Yankton help you rebound from surprises, make every play count, and keep your game strong all season long.
At Checkers Sports Bar and Grill in Yankton. With a menu that's flavor frenzy, there's something for every fan. Grab your friends, bring your family, and head down to Checkers. Checkers Sports Bar and Grill is Yankton's favorite spot for food, friends, and sports. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Your
employees and make a great impression on your customers with company clothing from JJ Benji's 201 Pine Street. Your employees and make a great impression on your customers with company clothing from JJ Benji.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home but not sure where to start? I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way. With 20 years of experience and a passion for finding the perfect match, I'll work hard for you, answer all your questions along the way, and make it stress